Nowhere to run, the left and the right both come undone. Josh and Eli, truth in their veins, breaking the chains of partisan game. Brad, your patriot, where do you stand? Lost in the storm, no promised land.
in the hell are you? Are you listening, Eli? Are you listening? Can you hear it? Can you hear it?
I can hear you there, Josh. How you doing there, bud?
Yes. I'm doing good, man. How about yourself? How about the lovely audience? You guys doing fantastic. I hope so. I hope so.
I'm doing amazing personally. How can you not? Even though I always feel like I swallowed the black pill and I'm trying to force it out of my gullet. To you amazing people that are here, to those of you that I know and that I don't, welcome to this show, Stuck in the Middle, been going 6 years strong. You are the captains of the ship. There are a lot of things to get into today, by God. How the hell are you, though, buddy?
I'm good. You know, it's funny you bring up the whole 6 years strong thing. Since the 6 years that I've known you, I don't think I've ever run into a problem like this. I take a morning vitamin. I got my morning multivitamin, and then I have an omega-3 capsule, which is like fish oil. All right, and I put it in my pocket in the morning. I usually take it before I get into work. Well, 2 days ago, I forgot to take them. I forgot they were in my pocket. Right,
and it made you racist.
Oh yeah, horribly, and smell like fish. A horrible fish racist. No, but seriously, I like the whole day I'm sweating it's outside, and every time I keep bending down, it smells like fucking fish, man. What the fuck is this? I thought nothing of it. Stupid. I get home, I throw my clothes in the wash with all my other dirty clothes. I had a whole heap of dirty clothes. Threw them all in the wash, then right into the dryer. Take them out of the dryer. They all smell like fish now. I've never been such a horrible a horrible washer before of clothes.
The blind lesbians are gonna be swarming on you like flies on shit.
I would love to know if any of the ladies or gentlemen out there have any good tips on getting fish smell out of clothes. I would love to know. By the way, Eli, we didn't do our high five. High five, man.
Oh yeah, high five
from
course,
downtown.
Of course.
Bam. There
You
we
are
go.
now the fish cod liver Rizzler, Josh. Congratulations.
Don't remind me. Now I do got to play this. I got to go. There you go. Hey, why do you smell like fish? And I just go. You know what I mean?
Because
Something like
I
that.
smell like what I want to conquer.
Because I'm allowed to,
Capstone.
damn it. That's why. Welcome to the program. How the hell are you guys doing? Sucker Mill, first off, first order of business, if you have not yet, if you're first here, go ahead, hit the like button if you could be so kind. If you haven't, hit the subscribe button. We're going to say that a bunch of times throughout the show, so get used to that. And yeah, fucking A, man.
We're
We got
going to rip
some-
the Band-Aid off.
Got some fun
All
stuff
right?
to get to.
I think Josh and
Well-
I have come to terms, maybe me more so, maybe. I know that the media, influencers, the world, everything seems to center around rage bait. Everything seems so divisive. So, what better way to, I guess, not go with the path of least resistance, but maybe showcase some of the things that I hope you don't find yourself getting overtly emotional, and you can kind of call it out as you see it. So what's that first order of business, the first case that's taken social media by storm? Just a bit.
What was and what did we decide to title that case?
Oh yeah, this word, and you can definitely claim this show gave you the idea in case you find yourself maybe under arrest and seeking restitution in the form of a GoFundMe. You could say, hey, that show on YouTube at Stuck in the Middle, I got the idea from them. But yes, it is truly the word that can get you rich and arrested all at once.
And the rich part goes on both sides of the coin, right? Because the word gets used in music, the word gets used in give, send, goes. Both people get rich off the word. One side doesn't get arrested off the word, but now I guess another side will get arrested off the word. So that's new. That's cool. That's fun. We love people getting arrested for words here. Like
I gotta say hello to our homie Lily. That if you remember Jamie's daughter. Hello. Holy shit. You're a Joker Diaz. Mollis, Jamie, welcome. Clitoris, welcome. Okay. So when we phrase it like for one side, I want to dissect that just a smidgen. When we say that, Josh, we're just kind of stating the obvious. The side, the black community, the ones that are able to say that word because they own that word and they take it back.
There you
turned
go.
it into a term of endearment.
Yeah,
it's in hip hop.
Yeah, they've taken it back. That's the way I think they like to visualize it. They've taken it back.
Right. And so it appears.
I say let them have it. I've never liked the word anyways. It doesn't really do much for me,
It's never proven to really go too terribly well, which is why we're talking about this specific case, because I'd love opinions from people. Sure, she has she's going through a conviction. She might, face some time or pay a big fine.
She's definitely paying a fine.
Immense notoriety. Say again?
She's definitely going to pay a fine. I'm not sure about a conviction, but if you recall, this is over a year ago now, April 28th of 2025. This video happened. Do we want to watch the OG video real quick, or just want to get into the recent news and then go backwards? Like, how do you feel, sir?
Let's start with the refresher. And is it going to uneditedly say the dastardly word?
No, it's definitely not edited. But it's national news. Like, how can it be edited? We have to make sure that's what she's saying. Sometimes the media likes to lie to us, right? And this word is also said in entertainment regard. I'm not saying this is entertaining, but kind of is, right? We're looking at it for entertainment purposes.
It feels like it's just about damn near everywhere.
Yeah, it's
and
not
I
us saying
understand
the word.
the optics. Nobody's trying to win any PR wars. We're two white looking fellas talking about this word, but that
Ooh,
can't
how dare
exclude
us?
us from
Oh
the
no!
conversation.
How dare? Hey,
This is
hey,
why
hey! Careful! You're not allowed to talk about this. This could get you arrested and or rich. Okay.
yeah, I'm shooting for the latter.
Yeah.
Or both. Hell, I'll get arrested to get rich.
Mm.
Don't mind.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Let's play the OG video. This happened. So allegedly, this lady. So this altercation gets. The camera starts rolling after the initial altercation happens. This lady, this blonde-haired lady, this Shiloh lady. I was going to say fine young gentleman, but that's not the case. This fine young woman happens to see a younger gentleman of a different race persuasion breaking into her purse. All right.
Oh, that's what started it?
Yeah. Like there was a little gentleman of younger age rummaging through her belongings.
Okay, is that the child that I heard about?
Yes, this is the child that initially gets the slur thrown at it.
How old's the kid?
It's a great, I don't know, old enough to be like, well, 5, I don't know.
To be going through, because you could
How
be
about this?
like
Old enough to be on a playground. That could take between maybe 6 and 10.
Okay, all right.
Is that fair?
Bearing that in mind, okay.
Yeah. So that's when, and I guess guy, I don't know how he's got like super good hearing or he's just sitting right there. He's like, "What did you just say?" And then he picks up his phone and then he starts to record her again. Well, not again, but he starts to record her saying, "What'd you just say?" And he's kind of like harassing her, but also kind of asking her, "Bet you won't say it again. Bet you won't say it again." Much to his chagrin, and I guess much to her chagrin too, though, she does say it again, multiple times.
I'll just go with 7-year-old. By the way, welcome Sarah Leone. The kid had been stealing stuff, have been stealing stuff repeatedly at that same park. Lily says my almost 2-year-old will 100% go through your purse if she sees the chance. So I like the juxtaposition, the duality here. Bearing that in mind.
So what Lily's saying too is like, yeah, my kid's just going through strangers' stuff. My bad.
That's what I was thinking initially.
Like, don't leave your shit around, or like, be cognizant of what you leave out if you don't want people. I mean, it is kind of weird to say like, hey, you can't leave your stuff there, or my kid's gonna go through it.
I mean that.
So maybe don't have your kid do that. That'd be nice. That's other people's property.
That too. I just. What is it? I want to get across here is I'm taking this with a grain of salt, with all due respect, Sarah, and thank you for any feedback, because every bit of information that gets us closer to the truth, that's the end game. The truth and just everybody being able to have a conversation, that's our goal here. So thank you for kind of engaging, being MVPs and helping us steer the ship here. So this is the first time I'm hearing that this kid had been stealing from this very park.
You don't want to say that. That's why you that part I'm not sure, but in this moment, that's why I used the word rummaging. I don't know if he's completed the action of theft or not. Not sure exactly, but that was someone else's claim. I'm not sure if this kid has been caught stealing from the park before or not. Could be true. I'm not saying it's not true. I'm just saying I was not aware of this.
Yeah. Okay. First time hearing it too. So we're gonna just. I will look into it, but I'm locked in right now.
Does any of the audience know how old the child was rummaging through the purse?
No, nobody's commented an age.
Okay.
So we're just assuming around 6, 7. That's what we're. Oh God, I said.
You did it.
Around
6,
that.
7,
Yeah,
6, 7.
no. I'm not a part of that generation. May they all just please lose their memory of that stupid meme joke. All right.
So she sees the boy going through the purse. She's like, whoa. And like, mind you, too, I think two things can be right at once here, right? I don't think you have an expectation to be cool when somebody else is going through your personal property. Like,
no, fuck no.
You could be upset for sure. That's not your, but also too, maybe not say the N-word, right? There could be like a give and take a little bit.
Should be an obvious.
Yeah, should be.
Should be an obvious, yes.
Let's see how this goes.
For those of you jumping in, by the way, I there's no apologies. We will take on any story, any controversy. The harder you think it is to talk about, that's why we have this platform. If you support conversations where everybody's kind of welcome to the table, please feel free to subscribe. We go on twice, if not 3 times a week, Tuesday and Friday, 9:30 to 10 p.m. ish. The like button, subscribe button, and join the conversation. All right, tail of the tape, Josh.
Tail
What
of the
we
tape.
got?
And I also do think that on Fridays we might start to add a little guest on Fridays too.
That would be yeah, I
Yeah.
like that a lot.
We'll figure that out. All right, so tail of the tape, as you said. So this picks up after the boys rummaging through. This gentleman right here sees it happen, hears the word being muttered, and is like, I must film. I must take into account what happened here today.
The kid was 5 to 8 years old. 5 to 8. Yeah.
6
Nope.
to 7, 5.
Nope.
Okay, sorry.
5 through 8, something like that.
If you think about it, though, 5 to 8 is one less and one more than 6 and 7, right?
Don't
One
get-
minus 6 and one.
Nope,
and
no bad generation. No. Broken.
check it out. Check it out. Like this would be 6
cooked.
7.
We're cooked.
This would be 6 7. This would be 5 8. See what I did there?
Yeah. Okay.
7, 5 8. See, it grows. It
Just
grows.
Disrespecting numbers.
You said it, not me. All right.
This is numberist, and we're trying to talk about racist.
Why was 6 afraid of 7?
7 stole 9.
No, because 7, 8, 9. Damn it! It was right there in front of you. You almost had it.
I took the bait. All
You
right.
did, and you lost it. You let it
Tail
go.
of the tape. Tail of the tape.
Tail of the tape. Back to the tail of the tape. Tail of the tape.
You call him a nigger, the child?
Oh.
I forgot it just starts off like right out there. Like,
Yeah, no,
how did he
out the
even
gate.
know? He's like, all right, it's going to start in 3, 2. Hey, you called him in it. Like, whoa, bro, just let your video play for a second before you just rush to get that one out there.
I want to welcome Modown84. I love that number, by the way. I say it all the time. She will be acquitted. They already tried this with another case. Well, she's made a buttload of money in the process, and we're going to break into our thoughts on this. All right.
You call him a nigger, the child? Did you call the child the nigger word?
See, that part I really enjoy because it's like, it is really the N word, or you say the N word. You don't then combine the N word with word. Like,
Doesn't it defeat the...
I say
the
ninja,
purpose,
I say
the
ninja,
defense?
or I say N word. I don't say ninja word. You called him the ninja word? No, it's you call him a ninja, or do you say the N word? You don't say,
That
do you call him the
guy
ninja
was
word?
super neglectful
Ooh, I like what you did there.
of like how he should have maybe approached that. But who am I to dictate? I'm the white passing looking fella.
Like, that
All
is
right.
the word. You don't have, like, that's kind of redundant. Is all I'm saying, and that's redundant. You call
did.
him the N-word word? Gotcha. Yeah,
Yeah.
you did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's really my pet peeve of the whole thing. Not that she said the N-word, not that he did. It's like, because he said, that part, I'm like, what's going on here?
Yeah, it's supposed, if he's taking it like it's this most harmful, offensive thing, repeating it
Yeah.
kind of devalues the
Well-
shock that you had.
Well, that's a whole different point. My point was, it's not grammatically correct to say ninja word
Yeah,
or
the double
ninja.
neg-
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
I follow. Uh-huh.
That whole part is a whole topic in and of itself, that he's baiting her to say that word while saying the word, asking her to say it. She says it, but it's like, he can say it, but I guess she can't.
Almost. Okay.
Because
I remember
he's already
Mike
said it in this
Expression-
video before she did.
That's a little manipulative if that was his aim, like him saying it. I don't know. I'm reading very deeply into it. So,
All right.
okay.
I'm going to keep track. I got a Shimake. I got Shimake versus Shiloh score right now. I'm going to see how many times in his video each one says the N-word. Because she does rack them up like spit, like ba 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 ba. She does go a
Oh, no
little.
kidding.
She machine guns him out a little bit, a little too.
YouTube, we educational purposes. This is news.
This is what
Fair
not to do.
use.
This is what not to do. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah. What? Okay.
No,
Go
this,
ahead.
this is what not to do. We don't
What
say
not
this
to? Yeah,
word.
yes. Something like that.
We are learned YouTubers. Okay, I'm gonna keep playing.
Did you call the
Get on
child the
with it.
nigger word? It is.
I'm sorry. I got to go
You
back to
call
keep
him
track.
You call him a nigger, the child?
Okay.
Did you call the child the nigger word?
Okay.
It is my own business. You call him a nigger?
No.
Okay, why don't you have the balls
Yeah.
to say it right now again?
No. Okay.
But do you see what he said? Like, let's go to self-defense real quick. If I'm telling you, come on, man, fucking hit me, pussy. Why don't you hit me, pussy? in a lot of states where self-defense applies, you can't claim self-defense because you were egging me on to hurt you.
Yeah, provocation.
Right. In this moment, he's like, come on, why don't you say the N-word, pussy? Go ahead, do it. So, like, I guess provocation in this moment doesn't matter, right? But in provocation, actual self-defense matters.
I'm sorry, in provocation,
Provocation, self-defense.
when you're being provoked, I mean,
in self-defense doesn't matter.
comparatively, you know, but yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm comparing them to. I'm comparing one being like in self-defense case, you would lose a self-defense if you are egging somebody on.
Correct.
But in
That's
this moment, you can egg this person on to say a word, and they're like, "Oh, nope, you're still in the right."
And yes, in case there was any legitimate question there, yes, the individual that we are hearing that decided to start recording after she found the child of 5 to 8 years old rummaging through her purse, she dropped the N-bomb. It just feels ridiculous to even like watch my mouth. I just
don't you feel kind of like
say it.
I do feel like a little bit like childish, like we got to skirt around this word a little bit.
I
We
hate
gotta be,
that.
like we can't even talk about it in like a news sense.
All right, so moment of authenticity. Those of you that are here, thanks for hearing me out. Thanks for judging me, whatever it is. Believe me or not, I can't afford to care. I know what the truth is. I've never in my life called anybody the N-word with a hard R, and only once in 1997 did I call one of my best friends the N-word with the A at the end. Saw he didn't like it, and I never said it again. So that's my approach to this. So don't get it twisted here. But and that's why I cringe. And I'm bringing that point up to also add to how right you are. I don't like how I feel like we're on eggshells, that I have to be cautious, that I even have the cringe and I jump and I'm, it's
Yeah, it's like this weird thing. It's like, like we're all adults, but like then someone wants to be like, ooh, you said a naughty word that you can get into. It's like, no, I'm not directing at anybody. I'm kind of like going like even if in the story we have to be like, well, we said it like this, and we got to be like, oh, careful, don't imply that, and I just I don't know how to put.
By the way, bear in mind, if you wanna educate us, there is a phone number that is flashing at the top. If you think we're handling this in a way that's not sensitive enough, or whatever the case,
very
feel
unbecoming.
Free. We are open lines for everyone. I am interested in everybody's takes on this. I think I've made it clear, like my stance on my personal life, how I approach this, but it does feel fucking ridiculous, though, to be nervous about the fact that we're even covering this word, and that I literally physically jump when I hear it. That's so stupid and weird to me.
That aside, and aside from the fact that, we don't use this in our personal lives, I think we still see this person and we're still like, I don't think, is this worthy of disorderly conduct? Is this worthy of a charge? Yelling a word at somebody.
Well, going back to your point,
just because we wouldn't say it doesn't mean this is an incorrect action here. I mean, like morally, it could be wrong by saying that to somebody.
Yeah,
but like legally speaking, as far as like the First Amendment goes, no.
Right. And damn, I hate to pull this card, but like, what's one of the first lessons we learn in like preschool, kindergarten? Sticks and stones. I am not devaluing the weight and the strength and the history of said word. By God, don't take it that way. But I don't think a word should garnish a fucking charge.
What grade did you say that happened in?
Oh, when I said that.
Yeah, no. What grade was the sticks and stones?
Sticks and stones. The first moment you're in school, preschool, kindergarten, sticks and stones.
That's funny because you just kind of made me flash back to this time when I was in kindergarten too.
Were you just dropping them bombs?
No. Like we got the sticks and stones talk, right? But then the teacher, she's like, "All right, everybody, just quiet for 1 second," and then she goes, "Can I get all the black kids to stand up real quick and follow me into the room?" And like us, kindergarten's like, what's going on here? I don't know. I mean, like we're all kind of chattering, amongst ourselves, like, why are they taking the black kids away? What's going on here? I don't understand. We just had the sticks and stones talk. What are they going to tell the black kids? I mean, words aren't supposed to hurt us. What's going on here? So the teacher says, all right, all the black kids stand up. And she leads them into another room. And then all of a sudden, it gets quiet for a second. And it's all of us white people in, white kindergartners in one room and Spanish people because they're white
This
passing.
is real?
And Asians because they're white passing. Yeah.
She
This
did a
definitely happened.
segregation
This
moment.
definitely, yeah. She said to the whole class, sticks and stones will not break my bones and words will never hurt me. But then she goes, but hang on a second. Can I get all the black kids to stand up? Asian, Spanish, and white people, you guys hang back real quick. I just got to talk to my black students. And they're, it's about half the class. And she picks them up and they all walk into the other room. And then she goes, and then you can just hear through the door. She goes, but if anybody calls you and then she said it and she says, you freaked the fuck out on him.
No way.
She did that. She said that. And then she walks them back into the room and they're all crying. They're upset because essentially she just.
What's her ethnicity? If you can recall.
White as the day is long.
Ah, white lib. Okay.
Yeah, yep. Purple hair.
No.
Yeah. In the 90s. It was crazy, dude. It was a crazy time.
Very progressive.
Yep.
Okay, see, that in of itself sounds racist in practice.
But that's
You're
what
already
happened.
setting the foundation of, okay, this should hurt you.
No,
defeats the purpose.
We had the talk, but they had a different talk, That's the whole thing.
Making us already not on equal footing.
Yeah, just like the police talk. Like we get the talk, but they get a different talk.
That's fucking crazy. I can't believe you've never told me that before.
I'm just, you know what? I've been minding my P's and Q's about it and my N words, but I just wanted to make sure, the right time was the right time is all. So,
Well, I'm glad you waited 6 years for that bombshell.
Glad
Okay.
I got that out. Glad I got that out.
So she's going to just.
Yeah, it's going to be more of the N word here coming up in a second. So if you guys just bear with us.
Hey, right now again.
Fuck you, nigger.
Okay.
No, I don't.
Nigger.
All right, that's what you say.
You don't go digging through people's shit, you dumb fuck.
Nobody dig into your shit.
Why does it get me fucking scared? I get
That
nervous.
little kid, you call him a nigger?
Yeah.
That little child?
What the
Fuck.
Like one is gonna
Are you about to hit him? You chase him here?
He took my son's stuff.
So that gives you the right to call the child, 5-year-old, a nigger, the N-word.
If that's what he's gonna act
Five.
That's what you're gonna call him.
That's what he's gonna act like.
That's a hate speech, and you can
Hey,
be recorded
base
for that.
I don't give a shit.
Huh.
Fuck off.
Okay, we'll see about that. What the internet has to say about you.
By the
This
way,
wasn't in the UK, right? Because hate speech.
in that video, Shamake says it 5 times. Shiloh said it 3 times. In that video that she got in trouble for, that guy said it more than she did.
Oh my God! When you said Shamake earlier, I thought you out of the blue were referring to a fucking mushroom. So that's his name. I got
No,
you.
I thought that's the sound Michael Jackson makes. Shamake. Shimone.
Okay.
Shamoke.
Shimo. That
Yeah.
makes it make sense a little bit more.
But is
so
like,
okay.
Isn't that like what's wrong with that picture though? Like, so disorderly conduct for the person who said the same word who the other person said, but when this person says it, it's wrong. This person says it, it's fine. Like, isn't that like, I'm not playing stupid in the fact that I understand it's a racial slur. Like, I get that. Like, I get that.
Yes, I think a lot of us know this. Yeah.
Yeah. Do we? I hope so. I hope a lot of us know.
Yeah.
But it is still interesting that it's said, regardless of it being a racial slur, said in a way that's not a racial slur. But then, like, only certain people can say it. Because, I mean, I've seen, like, white ghetto people say it. I've seen Spanish people say it. I've seen, like, black people say it. But then I've seen, like, a girl being brought up on a Kendrick Lamar concert where she's singing along to his lyrics. And then in those lyrics, she says the N-word. And then they get mad at her because she sung
Which is
the
in the
N-word,
fucking song.
which is in the song.
Yeah. And the
Like,
crowd turns on that's
So then would she get in trouble? Like, does she got to pay a fine now? Is there like a back? We got to go back in time to correct wrongs from the. I just don't know how to follow the law and logic here of who gets in trouble and who doesn't, and when it matters and when it doesn't. That's what's confusing to me, is like how it's not equally applied. I can't find I mean, I guess I can find a touch of consistency, but other than the touch, it's like all over the place. Ow.
I I don't know. Like first off, that was just a bystander, right? That's not the kid's father.
No,
Just to clarify.
he wasn't the kid's father. The
Right.
kid's father was one of the people to testify.
Okay.
But if we did not say this already, too, she is in trouble or got in trouble for 2 counts of disorderly conduct, 1 towards the child and 1 towards the camera guy who said it 5 times and she said it 3 times. They found her or dropped the charge, whatever, on the child, but found her guilty of disorderly conduct against this guy, even though he said it more and was daring for her and asking her to say it again.
See, normally when a lot of times when we have these kinds of discussions on Stuck in the Middle, we always talk about intent and if it's malicious or not. That being said, though,
this takes it away. We know the intent was malicious here. She was trying to be mad at this guy. And
she was already heated. Do you think he was looking for like fucking clout points? Like he wanted, I'm going to cancel you.
I mean, at the end of the video, he said, we'll see how the internet feels about this.
That's it. Right. And we're not advocating for the defense of the use of the fucking word. Let me just make that crisp and clear. It's just how much strength is a word going to have on people in general, us as a species, and what is inadvertently a proportionate response.
You could say that, but inadvertently, you are essentially campaigning for the use of that word. Because the only way this doesn't happen is if it's okay for this person to say it. This guy on the video said it 5 times. Different people say it all the time. In this instance, like one could, I guess, you could argue that she would, because of the malicious nature, that's what kind of gets her in trouble. Did the girl at the Kendrick concert get in trouble when she said it? No, she got socially booed. She didn't get in legal trouble rather, but like the same type of like
campaign.
But the same type of social pressure is happening to her that happened to her. Like the same type of social negativity, regardless of the legal part of it. The same type of social no is happening, regardless. It's just that this girl Shiloh has the law coming up to also back that up.
Do you believe that the charge aspect of this has any foundation? When you compare it to the Kendrick Lamar concert, like that's a case where I think like shame on fucking everybody and not the girl who sang along with the lyrics, because I think anybody would be fucking confused in that situation. That bothers me a lot right there. This one, it was spiteful. It was out of anger.
Like I mix, meaning like I don't think she should have doubled down. But in the same respect, there are people all day who can say that word angrily towards somebody, but because they look like you, and they can say it with malicious intent, but because they look like you, they can say it. So like there is this weird double standard to it. So like in one respect, I'm like, yeah, no, you should have been smarter than that. Not the fact that you shouldn't have said it, but you should have been smarter than that and not have said it on camera and not have doubled down on it while someone was phone recording and be like, you know what, my bad. Okay. But also too, I'm like, fuck it. At this point, what else is left to like cower behind? Like, in the sense that and she is the wrong spokesperson for freedom of speech, to be quite honest with you. I'm not looking for her to be my spokesperson.
She's not a mascot. She's no poster child. She's no hero either, which is something I want to approach a little bit.
But what is freedom of speech? Why does freedom of speech exist? Answer me this. Because this is my point, and this is what I'm trying to use it for. Because it is complicated, it is convoluted. But the First Amendment, it doesn't exist to protect polite speech that everyone is like, yes, I agree with you. Okay, it is there to protect offensive. That's the whole point of it. It's there to protect speech that you don't agree with, and this is an instance where that word is used countless times across other types of areas, and only in this moment can somebody like this get in trouble. got a
There's
call.
some comments I want to read. Lily, I do appreciate you sticking around. By the
Call
way,
from
Paladin.
Is this
Alan?
Alvin? Alvin?
No, I just said my username, Paladin.
Alvin. Julian. Alvin, how you doing, man? Welcome to Stuck in the Middle. Thank you, sir. How you doing?
Look, honestly, what she said wasn't the best, but at the end of the day, that's what the First Amendment's for. We're
That's
supposed to be able to say anything that offends or is inconvenient to other people.
and do you take, like, even though maybe it was malicious, was it inciting violence? Because, like, a lot of the time, like, hate speech and speech that people that, like, speech that isn't protected is speech that incites violence.
Well, look, I'm just going to go ahead and say this. Racial slurs don't inherently incite violence, if that makes sense.
I agree.
If I look at someone and I call them the N-word, that's not me asking other people to hurt them or trying to get them hurt in any way other than maybe offending their feelings.
I mean, okay, but, like, let's even use like the less extreme example. When somebody calls a white person a cracker, that's not an incitement. Like, shut up, cracker. Shut up, YT person. That's not an incitement of violence. You're just kind of pointing out, you know, a visualization of that person with a slur attached to it. Like, that's not even violent. I'm agreeing with you,
exactly.
Alvin. I'm agreeing with you, Alvin.
It doesn't have an inherent connotation for violence either way. I think the direct use of a racial slur is simply to offend someone.
Right. It is to get them riled up, not to necessarily start a fight, but it's like, all right, you've pissed me off. Now I'm going to piss you off. Like, I'm going to say something that really gets to you.
So do you think the case is going to be, she'll get acquitted, Julian?
It's not Julian. It's Alvin.
Oh, I thought he said his
Honestly,
username was
I don't
Paladin,
know.
which is Julian.
If you look at how the courts have been lately, what I see is a lot of bias on judges, a lot of activist judges making wonky decisions. I mean, heck, even child murder isn't off the table for you to get a loose sentence. So I could see the judge being an activist about it and going, well, you said the N-word to an immigrant. That's all the reason I need.
You're not wrong, because the defense attorney already has some choice words for both the prosecutor and the judge. He's like, usually it feels like I'm just going up against the prosecutor, but in this moment, it felt like I was going up against both the prosecutor and the judge, which it really shouldn't feel like that.
Okay, there's a comment I'd like to read for all of us to just kind of respond to. If you use the N-word, you should fully expect to get beat up, in my opinion.
But
This is where...
So that blanket statement right there. So you just said a blanket statement. Who does that entail? Because I've heard that N-word used in rap music. I've heard the N-word used in and from by Spanish people who, like, act and listen to rap music. I've heard the N-word used by white people who act and listen to rap music. So when you say it that blanketly and broadly, I feel like what you're implying and your implication there is when you use it in a way that is, quote, demeaning, not in like a neighborly way where the people that I'm referencing use it as.
The term of endearment use versus the, I guess, malicious one.
Because their card, the Spanish person and the white person's card, is, quote, immediately revoked if they use it maliciously, right?
I suppose
I don't know.
so.
I guess I'm just more so asking. I don't even know how that.
To elaborate on what you said, the meaning of the word has really loosened over time. It's used for everything. It's as interchangeable as the word fuck is, for example. Sorry if that.
No, it's, yeah.
I've heard them use it for everything.
Okay. Listen, but at the end of the day, we know it is a racial slur, right? Like, we know, like, got it. Like, we get it that, like, there is, like, a way to use it in a term of camaraderie and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, we know, you know what I mean? Like there's really no skirting around what the vast majority of people who view that word think it means. So, like, I know what you're saying, but I feel like that is the exception and not the rule.
I have a little possible just bit of my commentary. It's not a crime which Jamie has said, and I agree. It is not a crime morally, based on the context entirely. There's a debate morally, but it's not a fucking crime. That's simply where I stand. And yes, we were gonna mention how people are being called racist for thinking they're defending free speech in their minds. I'm sure there are some people that are like, yeah, based or whatever, drop that shit, and they're doing that. But all in all, just attacking everybody that's giving her money, which maybe not my fucking thing, but for the argument of free speech, which is one of the most precious damn things we have. I get it.
If you have a little bow to put on it, Alvin, what do you got for us, my friend? So we can kind of move on just a little bit.
I'd also like to point out, neither of these people are good people. The man she called this to was arrested at one point and dismissed of all charges for raping a 16-year-old in the foster care system.
Yep. Well, like, that's one of the things that we were just about to get to, and his disorderly conduct charge that wasn't dismissed, that he had to pay a fine for, which was actually cheaper than the disorderly conduct charge and fine that she's paying for currently right now for using a word, where his is more violent and hers is more of just like a word. So we're just about to get. And
in all reality, if I had to choose someone to support, it's not going to be the guy who raped a kid. I never understood that. Everybody just ignores that part of this whole story. Is like, I get she didn't have that context at the beginning, but now that we have the facts of the case, I really wouldn't be in that guy's corner. I don't want to be associated with that guy.
And that is a constant theme going on right now. It's like, apparently words do mean more than actions. Like, words do hurt.
Yeah, and that's fucking crazy. I can't ever support that. That's what gaslights me, which is crazy, because I respect the word as just not being something it gives me cringe to say it out loud. Like, I'm not allowed to use it. It is not my thing. I don't know if my mind will change as I get older, but that's just how I feel personally. Bepsi, by the way, made a good comment here. Every race or group of peoples has derogatory words, but the N-word is always blown out of proportion. And that specifically is don't take this the wrong way, not my responsibility if you do. That's the fatigue I have with how much this word garnishes in media attention and all of even the fucking consequences, which I think the punishment does not fit the crime. And yeah, that's it. To me, is just a word, but again, I am not one of the affected parties, so no one's going to take my opinion seriously.
Alvin, thank you so much for calling in, my friend. Is that your username again? Is it Alvin? I'm sorry, man. Alvin?
It's Paladin, but
Paladin. I'm sorry. Paladin. Thank you so much, my friend. We appreciate you. Please feel free.
If I say one last point?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
I think what's really causing a lot of this fatigue is we're seeing the system do special treatment. It's like when you watch a parent treat a sibling better. At the end of the day, you're going to see that sibling getting all this love and attention and special treatment that they can do no wrong, and it's going to build resentment. I think, honestly, that's the main stem for a lot of this issue that white people are having with black people, is we're seeing the system overextend to protect them for a lot of things that it really shouldn't.
Is it or is it also too, like, society being like, oh no, what you're feeling isn't true, or like how you're struggling isn't true? Like, there are, like, man, I wish I had a better way to say it, but I see what you're saying, Paladin, for sure.
I'm taking it like there are some policies that have been implemented that I think help the statement Alvin just made, or Paladin just made.
Paladin.
Like okay, guys, I can only afford to be transparent and honest and sincere, and everybody is welcome to correct me or share your opinion that is different from mine. Oh God, don't have a fucking Biden moment right now.
No, but Paladin, that is a good point though. Like, are people sitting there seeing like, oh, well, there's a certain demographic who's getting more help than I am? Like, is it like a jealousy thing going on? Go ahead, Eli.
Okay, no, you reminded me. DEI, all right? I used to be pro that when I was a progressive, an active, liberal progressive. And then over time, and this upsets my friends on the left still, when I became a conservative and did more research on it, I did find it to be almost insulting and racist in and of itself by implying that they are not as smart. Therefore, we must lower standards. And that's supposed to make it better that their schools aren't getting proper funding or like so sometimes this intention to virtue signal or do something for the greater good has the opposite effect.
The other side to that, and I feel like it's also under the guise of affirmative action, but I don't think necessarily a lot of the opposing side's gripe is like, oh, I think what they're upset at is this idea that you're saying there's no such, okay, let's just take black pilots, for instance, right? When they hear the term DEI and they hear you say it's merit-based, me too, they're thinking, you don't think a black person has the merit to fly a plane? And they're thinking, they see it like this. They see it like what DEI is doing is there are capable black pilots. They're being passed. Of course. No, but they're being passed over. What DEI is doing is DEI is saying, hey, you can't pass over those black pilots. We need to have them. Whereas what we see DEI is doing is we see DEI as doing like, hey, there's a standard for pilots. It's 75, and everyone we've passed over so far has gotten to 74 or below. And we see DEI saying, well, you got to kind of lower that score to get an X amount of, black, Spanish, this, and that, white women, this and that, to fill out those quotas. So you have to lower the bar to fit those quotas. Where what they're saying is no, you're just passing over those people to begin with, and DEI gives them a chance to fill that in. So like there's two totally different conversations going on with DEI, if that makes sense.
I mean, in the layman's, isn't it just kind of lowering the standard to just a smidge there, and it's not the most qualified?
I'm essentially agreeing with you that for the most part, it seems to be DEI is merit-based, and they've already gone through the rigmarole of seeing who is eligible via merit-based. What DEI wants to do is bring that bar down a little bit so it can grab a few more people, right? And the counter argument is no. DEI is just new age affirmative action. You need to hire black people. You need to hire Spanish people. You're intentionally not looking at them. They're already qualified, but you're looking over them because they're of a certain color. You're not looking over them because they're not qualified. You're looking over them because they're of a color. So like there's two different arguments going on as to what people think DEI actually is.
Here, I'm going to comment. Pepsi Menthol, by the way, thank you for finding this channel. We always endeavor to have the conversations that people are usually too uncomfortable to have. So welcome to the club here for the moment. About DEI, I think Charlie Kirk said it best. It's putting value in demographics such as race instead of requirements of who is actually eligible to put in those positions. And when I make that very simplified in my mind, I just see DEI as kind of being more fucking harmful. If we really want to go for the greater good, let's get the most qualified and skillful in there and not lower standards.
I'm just bringing up the other side's view as what they think. I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying or what the chatter's saying. I'm just saying the juxtaposition to that is essentially looking at DEI like it's affirmative action and not looking at it like it's lowering merit and lowering scores to encompass more people, which I think we all think that's what it is.
It is affirmative action to lower the standard for a specific race, which to me makes it a racist piece of legislation, but that's my, current far-right conservative take. And I'm prepared to get nailed to the cross for that. It's just my opinion.
All right.
Well, hey, again, we've been big on freedom of speech. At least try your best to be kind to one another, or ignore one another. Just, all right.
So I wanted to show you this article real quick. This was done by the American Defense League.
Does that say white supremacists?
Yeah, this is just kind of a flashback to when this all happened. Like, remember, this whole video is essentially dropped April 28th, 2025. They set up a GoFundMe for Shiloh because she lost her job. I'm sorry, a Give, Send, Go because she lost her job. So the ADL, they released an article. They're like, white supremacists help raise hundreds of thousands of women for a woman who hurled a slur at a black child, even though that's not what she's getting charged with at this point anymore. She's getting charged with, hurling the slur at the guy who filmed her.
Yeah,
but
they're going with the biggest hyperbole they can, of course.
I thought this was interesting. This is going to I'm going to push some buttons with this. But so like, they're just kind of sitting here and they're kind of only focusing on, a lot of the people who are saying like, where is it? Jews have been flooding our countries with bioweapons for centuries. Jews.
I'm sorry.
This,
wait,
Jews,
did you
that.
say Jews?
Jews. Yeah. There's
Where
people,
the fuck?
Well, that's what white supremacy. Yeah, people are donating her, and who knows if they're trolling or they're being serious. They're just donating to her, and they're like, look at all these white supremacists and racists and anti-Semites donating to her. Right? They go on and on.
Oh, okay. They're vilifying anybody that's okay. Got it.
This is almost $1,500 from average white man. Almost $1,500 from White Lives Matter. So obviously these are white.
You donated, dog.
It's funny, White Lives Matter. Yes, I did, and also too, it's funny. It's like this is a white supremacist organization, but if it was Black Lives Matter, it's not black supremacist. But okay, no problem. Funny thing there. But the Nick Fuentes tweet X that he said. I thought this
Nick
was
Fuentes is up in his bitch. Okay,
they got him on there. Of course they do, because this is a really racist thing. He says the Shiloh Hendricks fundraiser isn't about a racial slur or whatever happened on that playground. It's a middle finger to Carmelo Anthony, George Floyd, O.J. Simpson, and all the black people who supported them just because they're black. White people have had enough. It's like, hey, these people who are donating are just supporting her because she's white. I thought that's what we're supposed to do, right?
I mean, if I'm going to reference one of the people that calls a lot, he literally said that's what they're doing for Carmelo Anthony. We take up for hours. We're going to fill his books. We want to take care of him. And I don't want to feel like that's why people do what they do.
But that'd be hypocritical, right? Like, I love the point. I get the point. Like, see, but it's like, but we call that out. We're like, no, you shouldn't just stick up for somebody just because they look like you. And I get the frustration with Nick Fuentes. Like, I get that it's almost like a defeatist attitude. Like, fuck it, you're going to do it, I'm going to do it. It's like, no, I still think there's a moral high ground. And regardless of how it makes me look and how it makes me feel, I'm not going to, judge actions of, I'm not going to just stick up for somebody just because they look like me.
Right. Yeah. It's just very, very silly, primitive fucking behavior on all sides that conduct themselves in this way. And we see it many times in abundance on the media or social media. We're all fucking guilty because that's where the attention is always rolled, when I think there's way bigger fish to fry. But it's always down to the most simple distractions that get us going at each other. Race. Let's just be mad at each other over fucking skin color. But I do see a warranted debate when it comes to legislation getting involved.
Is there a difference in sticking up for Shiloh Hendricks and then sticking up for what she said?
There's a difference in, if you fully believe in free speech and that's the cause you're standing up for, I can understand that.
So,
so if somebody's just supporting her because they think she was a based racist, I can't really say. Like,
you don't get in trouble because you use the word maliciously. I can say, "Oh, you're my bitch," and then I can say, "Shut up, you fucking bitch." Still don't get in trouble. So you're telling me that there's a group of people who get a pass by using a word in a camaraderie way. Same word.
The endearment.
But the second they use the word without the camaraderie and the endearment and they use it maliciously, same word, same breath of air, same manipulation. But now we're looking at like, well, why they say, like, I think that might be kind of crazy.
I think we're in a crazy world, and all this insanity is parasitic, and it affects us all. It's unfortunate. I want to see the conclusion of this, but we all damn well know there will be another case just like it in fucking 1 to 2 more months.
Yeah, and that's not to condone people walking around calling people that word maliciously. That's not what talking about the Shiloh Hendricks case and having an opinion on it means. Just because you're like, oh, I don't think she should have gotten in trouble for this doesn't mean you think she should have said it. And if you're going to be that small-minded about it, then there's really no argument to have with you. Like that's just how you're going to feel. I have no problem with that. That's you do you, whoever you are out there in YouTube land.
Yeah, and hey, we're not in the UK. We're not going to be red flagging or policing anybody for what they choose to do and or say. And I don't want to be in a country where that is happening.
You want to see a little bit of the defense attorney freaking out? He's so pissed. He's so pissed. Yeah, not long. This is great. He's going to say, oh yeah, let's see what this one does first. He's fucking pissed. He curses. He's just like, I'm fucking over it.
To the verdict today.
I think it's pathetic. I think it's sad. I think it's sick. I think shocked. I've never had a trial where they keep people. This is a misdemeanor, by the way, till 10:30 at night. Never even heard of that one before. Most courts, most counties, what they do is around 4:30, 5 o'clock is they say, okay, we're going to send the jurors home. They got kids, they got families, they got things to do. No, we're keeping them. I've never heard of that before. So that alone, I know this is a thing, I guess, Olmsted County, they do this. I thought that was bizarre. But the verdict itself, let's make something clear here. Let's make something very clear. She's acquitted, not guilty, right? Not guilty with the child. The state reads a 5-minute victim impact statement about the child? She was acquitted about the child. She's convicted on the count involving the cameraman, who they never called to testify. Keep this in mind. They never called the cameraman to testify. This judge prohibited us from telling the jury that Shire Jamali had a GoFundMe page, $340,000. He testified that it was done in May last year, done. That's not true. There's a link on the bottom of the page that goes to another open account. My investigator hit the link last night, donated $10. It's open. You can donate right now. You can donate right now to Shire Jamali's GoFund page right now. It's open. He testified under oath and perjured himself. He perjured himself over and over and over and over again. This was without any stretch of the imagination. It was like I was fighting the prosecutor and the judge. It was like I'm taking on two parties at the same time. The judge and the prosecutor. It was very bizarre. Very bizarre. GoFundMe. Huge, worldwide, giant. It's like Google, right? This is so big. My investigator was going to testify that this page with Shire Jamali's name on it.
Motherfucker.
5-year-old. The kid's 9. 5-year-old. $340,000 he raised. The judge would not let me show it to a jury. Sorry. The judge would not let me.
I'm sure he was. I'm sure they were able to show the give, send, go for Shiloh to the jury. But again,
so the provocateur, he got the ultimate reward. What a piece of shit, and he's got the criminal record.
No, the give, send, go was Shiloh's. The GoFundMe was the 9-year-old who on the GoFundMe they call 5 years old.
Okay.
So now we got the age of the child, 9 years old.
This is fun. Okay, that's a little plumb fucking crazy, man. I don't know. There is definitely some credence to who perjured themselves, by the way.
It sounds like the dad.
Okay, I'll give you another one.
This one's good here.
Contempt.
Like this one's good here. So I believe this is also the dad. Listen to this.
Okay, you ready for this? You ready for this one? He pretends he doesn't speak English. We have him on fucking video, on camera, pictures sitting out right where you people are sitting, talking to the prosecutors. The two prosecutors talking to them right where you're sitting. No interpreter. Talking for minutes. No interpreter. No interpreter. He speaks English, folks.
Well, fucking
This is
fraud.
a fraud.
And then every time the defense attorney went to question him, he would say,
I need an interpreter.
I need the translator. Yeah, I don't need the translator.
He is a provocateur and an opportunist.
I believe that
I
was
don't
the
know.
dad of the 5-year-old or the
Right,
9-year-old.
right. This is just okay. You know what? Successful, mission accomplished. Media.
But the guy who
circumstances,
filmed
systems,
it isn't
I'm
related
rate
to the family. Like the guy who filmed it isn't the dad or related to the
right,
family.
I know.
Okay,
He was just an observer, and he saw his opportunity. And wow, yeah, okay. There's
Fucking
no
crazy.
happy conclusion. It's bringing out the worst in people. The best we could hope for is fucking dialogue.
And like it does seem like anytime something like this happens, everybody's hoping for it to be like the worst. You know, like it does seem like the internet just wants it to, like, they want it to be this racist thing, and they want it to be this evil thing, and they want, you know, people to say, like, you know what I mean? Like, they don't want it to end and be like, oh no, actually it was miscommunicated. It's just like people are just, it's just like they're almost, we're manifesting more evil out there.
Yes. Nobody wants a nuanced, civil bit of discourse anymore. That's not the go-to. I'll be fucking honest, because that's all I got left in me. Okay, one of the many great reasons that this show has had its strong ebbs and flows, and why, by God, sometimes it's the latter, where we're not getting some of the responses we're hoping. It's because we try to have that civil fucking discourse. If we leaned into the things that, you know, you want to squeeze the blood out of everything, or hop on the bandwagons of this conspiracy to that one, it's just the path of least resistance, and I'll be damned if I ever fucking take it. I will not make a name off of having zero principles and just attaching myself to something because I know people to their most primitive core want fucking blood.
I want to, real quick, do you want to just get we've never really covered it yet, but this next video, if we do watch it, kind of will encompass everything that's going on and then kind of brings us up to date with the new speculation. So what I'm talking about is the Nolan Wells case. We're kind of talking about this, like this underlying racism vibe right now. And Nolan Wells is this, you know, this teenager, this, you know, young adult who I guess went to an island with his friends. All the friends happened to be white. All the white friends made it back home, and Nolan Wells, who was black, did not. And there's this like, well, we don't know what happened. We're just asking questions. But in the way, and in it's how it's said and implied, it does feel like there's like these racial undertones going on right now, as far as this case goes.
That's the perfect segue from the very sentiment I'm expressing. But I am not fully locked in, invested in every detail of the case. I hope it's the worst case scenario, which is that these three friends did something awful. I hope that's not true, but it does feel like the fucking planet, or everybody that's heard of this case, wants it to be the absolute worst case hate crime scenario possible. And all just to support their confirmation bias, because they called it so damn quick.
So just a brief overcap, and we'll go ahead and play this this new footage. This new so this is by TMZ, and it's purported to have like clear alleged audio footage of some of the teenagers seemingly saying, "Oh shit, Nolan, he's dead. He's on the boat." So this is supposed to be like breaking news, supposed to be like explosive, and even TMZ is like, "I'm not sure about this." So just a brief summary, I'm sorry, one more time. Nolan Wells, 18, was a college football player from Mississippi who disappeared during a July 4th, 2026 boating trip to Horn Island, where hundreds of young people were gathered. According to investigators and witnesses, Wells' friends left the island when their boat had mechanical issues. They have said Wells chose to remain behind and planned to catch another ride back. His family strongly disputes aspects of that account and questions why he would have been left behind. After a large search involving multiple agencies, Wells' body was found in the water on July 6, 2 days later. Authorities have said drowning is one possible explanation, but the investigation remains open. An independent autopsy commissioned by the family recently concluded that the cause and manner of death are, quote, undetermined, citing decomposition and the need to further investigation. The case has drawn national attention because of several unanswered, unresolved questions. Why did he become separated from his group? The handling of his phone, so apparently he left his phone on the boat. The family's like, why would he leave the phone on the boat? So when the kids got back to the island, they gave the phone right to the family. The family's claiming things were deleted. How would the family know things were deleted? And then the family got Ben Crump involved.
They got what?
They got Ben Crump involved, which is the big civil rights attorney guy.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Thank you, Unspecified V. For the gold coin, we know that has something to do with some sort of support. And for any support, we're thankful. So appreciate that.
Also, too, real quick, if you do want to support the show, nothing is more support than hitting that like button and or hitting that subscribe button. And if you feel like giving the show a share, that would be awesome. And if you feel like donating monetarily, the best way to do that, fuck the super chat thing, which is fine if you want to do that, but supertip.gg/stuck in the middle. It's scrolling scrolling across the top of the screen, and then right to screen right of Eli's head, there is a QR code. If you scan that, you can leave a voice tip, you can leave a text tip, and you can leave an image tip. So it gives you a little more fun to do on that side of things. We heavily recommend that. You can make a few people say some funny things, and if you have any ideas for who you want the AI to be, we will gladly take that in. I think right now we have Candace. We have...
Thank you, the Battle Axe, we gave something. There, a giant turtle popped up drinking, so...
Hell yes.
Thank you.
Hell yes.
It says stay hydrated, so...
You know it. Let's, here's TMZ giving us the new information on the Nolan Wells case while also filling us in to some of the older details.
Friends talking about him and talking about him possibly being dead while they were on their way back to the mainland from Horn Island. This is all because of some audio that we got from officials down in Mississippi. This audio is a call that's being made from the boat that Nolan's friends were on. So after they're on Horn Island on July 4th, at the end of the day, about 4:30, they decide they're heading back to the mainland. And the owner of that boat, or the grandson of the owner who's driving the boat, realizes that they are taking on water. Their bilge pump isn't working, so he places a call to a tow company called Sea-Tow. And while he's on that call, there is a lot of commotion going on. And what people think is that in the background of that call, you can hear someone say, "Is he dead? Nolan. Oh my God." It's really hard to make out. This is what it sounds like.
Sea-Tow Assistance, Vicky speaking. How can I help you? All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir?
No, we do not need that.
All right.
Right there, people think they hear Nolan. Go back a little bit.
What do you think you heard? I couldn't make out.
This is one of those things where it's like, if you didn't tell me what we think we're hearing, I don't know if I would have heard it. But when you tell me, oh, right there, I hear Nolan, I'm like, well, yeah, now I kind of hear that. It's, you know.
Yeah, right. When you plant the seed there, it's going to grow. Because now that you say it, I'm like, did they? So, okay, not definitive.
What was that sound effect thing from back in the day? Like Green Dragon, or the other one? Like Green Needle or Green Needle, or what the fuck's the other one?
Oh, that where I
there was this
remember.
auditory trick that happened, and it said two different things, Green Needle and something else, but depending on how you heard it, you would hear one or the other, which really painted a great picture of like how we can mishear things sometimes depending on a pitch, like depending on how much you're paying attention. It's like Green Needle or like Red Dragon. fucking
Anybody in the
creepy.
chat, could you make out a damn thing from that call? Just let me know any feedback, comments. Remember, you guys are the show. We may be on the screen, but
Is he dead? Nolan. Oh my God. It's really hard to make out. This is what it sounds like.
Nolan. Oh my God.
CETO assistance, Vicky speaking. How can I help you? All right, of course. How far is the word coming up, sir?
No, we do not need that.
All right.
You just heard some guy say, "Man, we do not need that."
Right.
Nolan. Oh my God.
No, we do not need that.
Now, there are other parts of the audio where people think they hear the words check his chest or wake up. One thing you can definitely hear clearly is the guy who's calling the tow company says, shut the bleep up. Now, he could have been yelling to some people. He does tell the dispatcher that there are about 7 people on board.
I was surprised by
all
this.
of them under the age of 20, under 21, he says. Now, here's what doesn't make sense. If they really were, and again, that audio is very difficult to make out. I mean, you can definitely hear, oh my God.
Like, I thought this guy was beating around the bush for a different reason at first. Like, oh, what's he gonna fucking say? Here we go. Like, he's like, no, and I mean if. Like, he's being really sensitive about something. So I was like, here we go. It's gonna be something about, like, rape. But, like, this genuinely shocked me.
And again,
I was expecting a full-on injection of hyperbole and to make it something more sensational. AK, by the way, man, I appreciate your feedback, your comments, and we agree on a lot of the same things. Just saying.
Especially.
Sorry, go ahead, buddy.
Nope.
And he points out, like, obviously, at some point, one would hope there's technologies out there that can clean that up, and maybe we can decipher something.
Yeah.
But it does sound pretty definitive. We heard somebody freaking out. That's for
people
damn
were
sure.
freaking out, but this guy makes a fantastic point at the end, and that's where I feel like, damn, that's like a it's not checkmate move, but it's a check move as to the whole conversation. We're playing chess, and with my final words here, I put you in check, and I kind of put the whole conversation in question. It's like, if you're going to feel like this, then what? Why? Just listen.
Now, here's what doesn't make sense. If they really were, and again, that audio is very difficult to make out. I mean, you can definitely hear, oh my God. The Nolan and Izzy dead part is up to interpretation. What doesn't make sense is why would they, if they had something, if there had been foul play and something happened to Nolan or someone did something to Nolan on that boat, why would they be talking about it loudly while he's on the phone to a tow company?
I was like, whoa, TMZ, like, breaking down logic. I like to hear that. Like, speculation's fun, but in times of very high tension cases, it's also okay to just use a little logic to bring tension down. Like, yeah, okay, for sure. If this is what's going on and people think about this and they hear Nolan this and, he's dead that, check his chest this, oh my God, that. Why would they just, and granted too, you have to say, someone in that situation, who knows how they're thinking, like maybe they're panicking, but why would they make a phone call? And why would everyone else be so loud about something that happened negatively while someone's on the phone? And when you hear that boom, boom, they say, this is a recorded line. You're being recorded for like that sound. So it's going to be recorded. It's like, why make all this commotion on a recorded line if something bad happened? But people are stupid. So
pretty fucking hilarious that TMZ and this particular individual is handling this kind of case way more logically, with far more sensitivity and responsibility than any damn media outlet ever, pretty much. So yeah, props to, it's like a cautionary reminder. Hey, before we all jump the fucking let's think about all of these aspects. So props to that.
Yeah. This is to me, this is kind of funny because this is a little bit of Officer Tatum like playing Candace Owens, and maybe a good segue to get in to some Candace Owens stuff. We still have.
I've been dying to get into Candace Owens.
Remember, we still have the Berlin terror attack thing too, but. So, like, he does remind me a little bit of Candace here because this is a little bit of speculation and just a little bit of just trust me, bro, right? But we all think that
Tatum, okay,
yeah, like, but we all do think there could have been a little bit of alcohol involved. It's young kids; they're going out, they're partying. He wants to maybe stay behind because there's a girl involved, but he adds a different drug to the mix here, and he says again, just trust me, bro.
To think that nobody saw it when they're entangled within all these people, I think is a disservice. We need to get to the information that I heard. We'll get to Miss Rachel.
Love you, Cher.
And her silly self.
What up, Cher?
And Judge Mathis. We'll get to Judge Mathis.
Quad Squad unite.
What I was told, and you guys,
damn
please,
right,
take in consideration that it's reliable sources. However, the only way to prove the truth in this is if I see it with my own eyes.
I appreciate that part. I appreciate, he's like, I have sources, but listen, the only way to prove this is if we see it with our own eyes. But take this for what it is.
If the law enforcement have the investigation of this, and also when the toxicology results come out. But people are messaging me and telling me that there is heavy drinking and there's cocaine involved. And there's a particular person whom I know this person's name. I'm not going to disclose it. I'm going to go to the police first, and then I will disclose it if it doesn't interfere in the investigation. But this person allegedly was offering people cocaine, and someone close to Nolan, one of his friends, told me that this person was offered cocaine and rejected it from this person.
So this could add another layer of paranoia on the kid's part entirely, right?
Which, well,
like if there was some accident or whatever the case.
But I don't think the implication here is the accident happened on like that phone call that we heard. I don't think the implication right now is that he was on that boat, like maybe overdosing or something like that. That might have been something separate, or maybe he fell off or something like that, like kind of passed out and fell over and they couldn't find him.
Right, yeah, they didn't find him for what, 2 days? 48 hours went by?
Well, yeah, but the teenager's boat that was taken on water, who Nolan was friends with, who he got there with, they left without him. He stayed back on Horn Island and said, I'm going to hang out with a girl or something like that. So, like, you kind of wonder, maybe he wasn't going back with them dead. Like they weren't bringing back an OD'd body. Maybe he was on the way back and fell overboard. Maybe he really did want to stay back with his friend there and then had an incident there with an OD or drowning. But
respect. Question directly to you regarding this, Josh.
Yes.
Do you think the family's response of going to some massive civil rights lawyer was the correct move? I mean, I know that's not for you to really judge, but I mean, what's your views on that?
I think the family may have been emotionally persuaded to do that.
Yeah,
I think there are people who prey on emotions and see this as an opportunity for themselves. Because like even Ben Crump says, well, everything. He hasn't even really said yet that this is what it is. He just keeps saying, well, everything deserves to be investigated. So it's like, so you're trying to find something to make it into something?
Okay. That
like, why would you take yourself involved? You know what I mean? Like, why would you involve yourself if you didn't think there could be this
another opportunity? This is there. I don't know this particular lawyer's history, background, or a damn thing about his, who he is and how he operates. But this sounds like yet another kind of slimy fucking opportunist that is making it something that we don't even have evidence that proves it is what they are now projecting before all evidence has been fucking amassed. So be it. Sign of the fucking times. What can I say?
Right. All right. You tell me Berlin terror attack or Candace Owens. And even before that, I have to go make a pee-pee, sir.
Well, you want to Candace Owens or Burlington?
I was
Let's
asking
run
you.
through the.
I was asking you.
Yeah, I know.
What do you want to do first? How about you figure that out while I'm gone?
All
And
right,
maybe
get on
ask the
outta here.
people how they feel. What are you
So we
people
got
feeling?
two things on the docket here, guys and gals. You lovely MVPs. By the way, thank you for sticking it out with us. I can't. By the way, while he's gone, I can't deny. Sometimes when you volunteer to do a live stream or a show on a weekly basis, it's not always easy to kind of summon that energy. So I just hope you can tell that I'm trying my best. Sometimes it's not always there, but I always want to be a part of the conversation, and I truly do have this. I hope it's not an irrational fear of when dialogue truly ends, we are surrendering ourselves to the powers that be to control all the narratives, and then we become nothing more than just useful pawns for whatever game that is being played to continue to be played. I think a lot of the so-called rights and freedoms that we are told to celebrate and appreciate is a grand old big lie. I mean, America is a beautiful, wonderful country, and I'd take this over a hell of a lot of the other ones out there. But by God, does it ever feel like we are just kind of all struggling, which is why I get so angry at these racial debates where it feels like somebody is trying to say that their individual struggle is any more hard than you or I's. We all get up every day and struggle to protect our families and provide for them and ourselves. We wake up in the morning, we maybe don't want to get out of bed. Shit hits the fan every day, and we all got to kind of, I wish we could unite over that and understand, it's more of a class warfare thing. And yes, there are definitely family names that keep on getting repeated time and time again where things get fucking nefarious. I wish that we could collectively just lock in on that, but I don't see a future where that utopia is the case, which is why I'm grateful for every one of you that donates any time to hear us out. So the docket, as we have it, is. Well, I went into a tangent about some personal feelings and what it, feeling like the whole black pill thing. Wishing we could unite on things that affect us all instead of nitpicking little things. But
almost feels like a Berlin segue.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, let's jump into the Berlin thing, and then the Candace will be the portion after.
Yes.
In the aftermath.
Yes. All right. We'll get. Oh, God damn it! Wrong fucking screen. Hold up.
Oh, and full transparency. Hey, Barnes and Noble, Tammy, my dear, miss you.
What's up, Tammy?
There are obviously judicial evidence, VR's public opinions, in which the conspiracy is from. And like Sham said, it's always about race and one side that doesn't accept reality. Yeah, the ones that always default to race is clearly the issue. I think it's the laziest, easiest cop-out. Remember what I continually say about the path of least resistance. The path of least resistance is blaming an entire other race for all of your own problems or all of the world's problems. I think it's just fucking too easy. I also wanted to add this particular story I had no clue about until I learned it prior to the show. When we had our pre-show meeting.
We had Cher here. We had Tammy here. We just need C-Files here. We got the whole quad squad. Yeah,
man.
Come on, man. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. I got faith in them, man. I do.
Those are my peoples, man.
I don't count anybody. I'm so glad they're your people. I really am. Regardless of what people think.
Word. Well, we're here. We're doing our thing.
You know it. You know it. All right. Berlin terror attack. Yeah. This, so when it first happened, people were very like, well, we don't want to jump the gun yet. We don't want to point fingers. All right, no one likes a good finger point, but a vehicle on Saturday. We're going to go ahead and continue without supporting rooters. Vehicle mows down crowd at the Berlin Pride Festival, killing 1, injuring 31. A lot of people got messed up from that. 65-year-old woman from Poland was the one who unfortunately passed away at the scene after initial resuscitation attempts by first responders. Then 31 people were injured, some seriously. By the morning after the attack, none of the casualties were in critical condition. So of minus the one person who got seriously hurt, well, unalived, those 31 people, after the day kind of came to an end, they were no longer in critical condition. So that was a good thing out of all the bad things that happened there. So
All right, so wait, I need to recap. So there was a parade. You just said as much, right?
Yep.
This was a gay parade?
Gay pride.
Gay pride parade. This is in Germany, and you mentioned a vehicle, a white van crashed through 31 people injured, 1 lost their life.
Yep.
Okay. So, come on. Let me take a guess. I'll put my money on it. You know what? My next check is going to be a big one too. It's going to cover 3 weeks' pay. I'm gonna bet that was a Proud Boy right there, right? Huh?
Yeah,
Some MAGA supporting some or another.
You're not wrong. Now Facebook's not working properly, but one of our great loyal listeners and engagers on Facebook, Voice of the People, after this article was posted, they said, "Oh, must have been one of those violent left people."
Oh, okay. So I went in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
My bad. So our friend who is always big on his satire, I remember that friend being so sincere about how he truly felt, but then at some point chose, because he realized some of the things discussed get brought up on the show, decided to make a parody name and everything's a fucking joke. So he went and said, "Oh, I hope it's not one, or I bet you it was one of those radical lefties."
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So he's doing that to troll. That's his thing. I love him.
Which is funny though. It's because like you're in a different country, you're in a gay pride parade. Like I wouldn't go to violent left first. Like even if my hat was on or off, I'd be like, I kind of think I know who this was. European country, close to the that place that's in the middle of the East. Those, they don't really
Wait a minute. No,
take a big fancy to the, the gays.
Gobbledygook. I will not have this slander when I know in my heart that had to be some lefty amalgamation conservative. No, okay, yeah, it was an Islamic fucking.
I will have you know that I do not gobble any gook. Okay, so how dare you even apply anything like that?
Yeah. By the way, AK, I knew that. I was just playing along. By the way, just me and just me. Feel free to join our Discord. It's in our description. It would be fantastic because you do have some great comedian suggestions.
Let us
know
if the link works too, because the link might be expired. I might have to update the link. I guess like that Discord.
Oh, son of a bitch!
Yeah. Let us know if you need it again.
Okay.
We'll send.
All right.
Promise. Promisies.
That goes for anybody and everybody, trolls and whatever the case alike. So it was a jihad.
It took us, yeah, exactly. So it happened Saturday. I think even almost the following day, they're like, you know what, he could have been somebody from the Muslim radical side of things. Not long after that, we get this bundle of joy released. This is like kind of the whole reason why I wanted to show you this whole terrorist attack thing was this awesome person right here. She's so cool. So check this out. Check this out. Talk about hypocritical, afraid to criticize one but not the other. I don't know all the words to say, but just so remind you, this video was released before, like right after the fact that maybe they knew this was tied to an Islamic extremist. They didn't have the exact guy. Didn't have a lot of information yet, but then she released this video.
I'm getting really strike it while it's hot.
Oh yeah,
yeah, got it.
Oh, and it was hot.
I'm getting really, really sick of this. I'm getting really tired of having to repeat myself over and over again. So today, in Berlin, there was an attack. A van drove through a crowd of people celebrating Berlin Pride Parade that they have every year. It's a huge parade. It's one of the biggest.
Yep.
And they injured, I think at this time I'm making this video, this is subject to change, 17 people, and one person is dead. Okay, so it's a breaking story. There are going to be things that...
This is the day of the accident then, because if she's repeating the word of 17 people injured, that was the day of the story. So the day of, she got all this information, and now she's making this video.
Very, very brazen, and just for what the fuck it is, simplified, not eloquently. Her bias is so thick, she just jumped right on and laid it at the feet of the wrong crowd, you fucking idiot.
It really makes me want to like look at some of those crazy influencer type things, because this person is captivated by like, ooh, I said it first. I got to jump on as soon as this happened to make my comment. Like we have this weird infatuation with social media where it's not even like you want to, it's like you feel the need, you have to. Like, I got to be the first one to post
I remember
this.
that compulsion when I was far more active on my personal channel, Progressive Patriot. I remember that inclination, and, you know, when things were a little busier on that channel, I fucked up bad sometimes, man. So I learned that lesson, and it's sad, though. It appears that since the majority of people just want to always be first on it, they have to make the mistake first. It's the one who has made the mistakes that don't realize just how fucked it all is for behaving in that manner. So let it be a lesson to everybody, please. Let information come out
and change.
Dang it. All right, here we go.
Huge parade. It's one of the biggest. And they injured, I think at this time I'm making this video, this is subject to change, 17 people, and one person is dead. Okay, so it's a breaking story. There are going to be things that are going to come out and change throughout the life of the story, you know, average. So the suspect is an Islamic extremist. That's their suspect right now. That's what I read, okay? I'm not going to say anything about the rest of the Muslim population because
Not going to say anything about, just remember these words here. I read the suspect was an Islamic extremist. I'm not going to say anything about the rest of the Islamic population.
Suspect right now. That's what I read, okay?
Well, they don't come in
I'm not
one,
going
sweetheart.
to say anything about the rest of the Muslim population because of actions of this one person.
Muslim.
But what I can say is that...
But here's what I can say. I'm not going to broad stroke an entire population off of the actions of one extremist, even though it's, you know, about 25% of a billion.
Yeah, you know,
what is it? 2 billion?
The 15 to 25% of radicals, which is an alarming amount of a massive population that it's in their, moderate or not, it is in their theology, ideology to conquer, lie, cheat, steal, kill. That is literally their practice. And yeah, I take issue with that, and that's over 400,000 to 500,000 people that are willing to end themselves to end you and yours. And I have an extra caveat after I hear the rest of this woman's opinion.
Oh, it gets good.
Population because of actions of this one person.
She's not going to criticize actions of
But
one.
what I can say is the people who were celebrating about this were all white men, young white men, with crosses in their profiles. Because
is she about to broadly generalize a whole group of people?
In that span of that's a record.
Isn't it?
Guinness is going to call. That was straight up impressive. I'm not going to generalize.
What I can say is the people who were celebrating about this were all white men, young white men, with crosses in their profiles. Because we've all seen it. We've all seen how you guys react towards gay people and how you wish harm on them constantly. I get a constant hate on my videos, especially about trans people. You're not going to hide behind another scapegoat group and pretend that they're actually the violent ones.
Oh, quick pause. Okay, bro, I wish I was an editor because I would superimpose maybe a Christian that says something that shows that they have a difference of opinion, as opposed to what they do in the Middle East to homosexuals and trans people, i.e., getting thrown off fucking roofs. Is this woman is willfully ignorant, stupid, that what Islam calls the useful fucking kafir, idiot.
It's not even willfully. You know what I mean? Like, it's just ignorant.
Pure ignorant.
She's not even like being like, yeah, I don't care because I don't care. It's like, no, this seems like someone who genuinely believes, or she genuinely believes, I'm not going to broad stroke a whole group based off one person's actions, even though they were extremists. But what I will do is broad stroke a bunch of people's actions based off of their religion.
Yeah, people who have used words to express dissent of my ideology versus people that will end your life. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just a fucking stupid, dumb, hypocritical bitch. That's all. Don't listen to me, though. Like, oh no.
You're not going to hide behind another scapegoat group and pretend that they're actually the violent ones when it's you.
They throw gay people off roofs. We don't do that here, stupid. With your stupid red apple haircut. Why do you have bangs like that, you idiot? God.
It would never work, but I swear, I would voluntarily give the rest of my money from every check to a fund that would have make a trip that rounds up all these Antifa, LGBTQ, all of them, and take them to the Middle East. Not so they can get harmed, but just so they can fucking see. Make them incognito. I don't know. Dress them up. Something. Anything. Is it at the point where they have to see to believe? Because there's no shortage of that content out there. So the ignorance has to be truly a work of effort to remain that dumb.
Right? Yeah, it's let me go back just a second here. I gotta see just about this one more time.
On my videos, especially about trans people. You're not going to hide behind another scapegoat group and pretend that they're actually the violent ones when it's you. You hold the same exact beliefs that this man who did this attack did. And you're trying to distance yourself from it.
Like, they would throw your pink-haired ass off a roof so fast.
Yeah, especially if, you didn't agree to completely use the burqa and a hijab.
And then what would a Christian do here? They would be like, boo, and they'd hold the sign and be like, we don't like you.
That's at the worst.
But we're told words hurt. Like, they can't understand the actions because they're literally 3,000 miles away from the actions. So what they can understand is words, and they're told words hurt. So this
that's
hurts
what's being
me.
practiced right now. That's the sensationalism that we just covered, and I didn't notice the connection of what we were talking about earlier to the mentality that she has. In her mind, the people disagreeing hurts her feelings instead of the concern of the literal actions that take lives.
Yeah. The apple-bottom jeans, the boots with the durr. The durr. That's what she has on. The boots with the durr.
I mean this in Minecraft, but like literally this is the struggle, the internal struggle every day when I engage in debates or whatever. I've gotten to the point where certain people and callers, I just want to fucking physically and violently shake them in Minecraft. Not to harm them, just like, 'cause I wish whatever happened in here would fall out.
That is wild. Maybe she's just scared. Maybe she's afraid to criticize Islam or the Muslim religion because of what they're purported to do. When you criticize them.
Yeah. Look
Maybe
at all
that's
the one a very stupid popular show on YouTube had this dumb bitch talk about how Charlie Hebdo was fake news funded by Macron. Like, it is crazy.
Really?
The lengths they go to create their own propaganda just so their hug boxes and echo chambers are solid. It's crazy when you feel like you are at the point where you're just drilling your fucking forehead into another fucking forehead. You start to lose the taste for even wanting to have the discussions, but we have to keep them alive for the sake of our own species.
So here's this gal. Let's go ahead and play this guy. real quick. We played him once or twice before, but just to reiterate a point.
Islamist, fundamentalist, I would only vote left. Why is that? I saw them.
I'm gonna play from the beginning.
I was an extremist, Islamist, fundamentalist. I would only vote left. Why is that? I saw them as very stupid. I would fear the conservatives because they come with principle. That's not someone they can brainwash. But the left, I know they have no values and no principles to begin with. I dare you to find one Islamic extremist that votes for Donald Trump. Never do it. They'd give their vote to the leftist who wants to run around and...
To be fair, though, I'm just going to say this. I don't think any Islamic extremist would vote for Hillary Clinton, right?
I mean, based on her own history, maybe not.
Well, I'm saying,
I
like,
assume.
just based on, like, rhinos and dinos.
I mean, if they
That's
have
simple.
to choose between somebody like Trump versus Hillary, fucking, I don't know. They might see her as the devil they know and prefer. Who the fuck knows?
Maybe, yeah. I'm not gonna, yeah. I can't disagree. I was just more so thinking they're like he's saying they more align with the radical left, not like
true, right?
You're
And
like,
she would be,
you're like John Fetterman. I don't think John Fetterman would. You know what I mean? Like John Fetterman seems pretty even more right than left, but he still identifies himself as a Democrat and is on the left.
And I don't mean to sweep at all because his point is concise and important, but I don't want to generally state that I believe all the people on the left don't have principles. When I was on the left, I had my core principles that I think were unaffected.
Okay. Let me ask you this then. Where do people on the left get their morals and principles from then? If not from religion, where do they get their morals and principles from?
So speaking, remember, a lot of years of atheism here. So I don't believe in like Pascal's wager. I think there are just things that we did not need an ancient theology. We didn't need theology or doctrine or dogma to give us what our moral barometer is.
What keeps it the same though, right? Like as far as like, so what you're saying is like, on the left, it's like, yeah, no, it's just vibes. It's how we feel. Like right now, we feel this is the right way, so that's what we're gonna go with.
There's some bare basics that I think we're all taught as a society.
Which is what though?
I can't, don't do these things that hurt others because you don't like them done to you. I know inherently, absolutely, that is a famous passage used from the commandments and or the Bible, of course.
Right, but if you don't have morals, that could change. If you don't have something that remains constant, that could change dependent on your rules of engagement, so to speak. So I get what you're saying, but I'm also like what keeps it that way besides like, well, now the majority feels otherwise, so now that's what we think is good.
I just personally know for the greater part of my life, 41 years. I was an atheist longer than I have been I'm struggling with trying to be a Christian. All I know is that I'm trying to not forget everything I learned, but I do prayer in a Christian sense, but I don't feel like I earned that title, and I don't want to use it that's stolen valor.
That's not the conversation, though, essentially.
Right, no. I just wanted to point that out from, I remain as transparent as I can be. But
it's not stolen valor, but what a lot of atheists and a lot of people who kind of like don't believe start to realize over time and they come back to is a lot of the things that they stand by and a lot of the morals that they feel were shaped by some type of Christianity, some type of religion. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal. If you can say that's innate in us, it's not. It's not here's why it's not. Look at a third world country. If it's innate in us and we shall not steal and we shall not kill, like look at other countries that are not maybe as civilized. Do those rules still apply when it's every man for themselves?
Yeah, countries with the Quran, the shit that's in there is well, I liked what the Battle Axe said, ethics, lessons, and social cues, the things that we naturally learn, experience, and adapt to. I knew before.
Which is what though? What's the ethics? The three things you just
lessons,
said?
life lessons,
and where did the ethics come from? And where did the social cues come from?
Living through your own life, and I think like empathy.
But everyone doesn't live your life, so how does everyone have the same social cues?
I can only speak for myself.
I'm not
first
saying you're
before
speaking
I try
for everyone.
to apply it elsewhere. It's just,
but it's important.
I would like to think, that doesn't make me right, of course, that when someone has stolen from me and I know it felt shitty and made me rage out, I don't want somebody else to feel that way. I know when I got, my first physical attack, I didn't want to hurt somebody else in that way. And then it all kind of started to feel like basic common sense, and I had no guiding light. I was not raised biblically. I just went to church and had no fucking idea what they were talking about when I was young until about middle school, when it was more about a community thing. So what you're referring to is something that's mentioned a lot, is Pascal's wager, where, somebody's morals is only there if there is the now I'm getting into
but Pascal's wagers gets disproven by the fact that there are people who, just like you said, who get stolen from and do not feel the same way you do, and they feel like, no, I must steal because it's every man for themselves. So so those people, they don't have the same ethics you do. So where did you get your ethics from?
If I'm able
they think it's okay to, hurt women and take over women and be dominant and try to, where did you get your ethics from, if not from some type of a religious foundation?
Well, I really never got my ethics or morals from a religious foundation.
I never said you did, but where does the idea come from?
My upbringing, the people.
And where did your upbringing
and
where did they get their morals and ethics and upbringing from?
Well, I'd like to believe it was also something that's just latent, and that there is decency in all of us, predominantly more than the primitive evil.
I know we both want to beat around the religious thing, and I get it.
You can make the argument,
but there is a strong argument
they were introduced to religion that has dictated their actions.
What's wrong with that? Why just as the N-word? Why is it so not cool to say some morals did come from that? I don't agree with everything, but some of the ideas that stem from that make sense, and I want to incorporate them. I don't want to steal from people. I don't want to kill people. I don't want to covet thy neighbor's goods and live like a jealous person. What is wrong with some of those type of learnings? But people
my viewpoint was just always, if you needed a fucking ancient piece of text to tell you right from wrong, it alarms me to a degree. And Pascal's wager, I believe, is believing just for the sake of I don't want to be wrong. That's Pascal's wager.
So yeah, so that has nothing to do with what we're talking about then.
Yeah, not really.
Right, gotcha.
But it just shows how fickle and fake a lot of people that claim to be super religious are. But I digress. Anyway,
and vice versa. It goes to show you how much people actually do have a lot of religious morals when they claim they're not to be religious. I do agree with a lot of the tenets of religion, even though I'm not a practicer. It goes both ways. We can use that same thing to make it go both ways. There are things that you have to credit religion for, and there are things that you can say, no, you're fucking crazy about. But if you're going to say there's one thing that you're crazy about, you have to give one thing to credit for. It's a yin and a yang. That's kind of what, and me, am I religious?
No, I don't consider you to be religious.
Right. But I'm slowly starting to realize that or feel as if there are some things that are based off some of those tenets that without those, people don't have. And I will attribute, and I'll go back to instances where people don't have a good situation, a third world country. They don't believe in thou shalt not steal. They don't believe in thou shalt not kill. So there's also there's also this second level of all that's good and fine when you're okay, but when I'm not in a good place, these rules don't apply.
Do you believe we'd be in primitive violent anarchy if religion was never introduced to society, a Western and
not necessarily. Not necessarily.
But possibly worse for the wear.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
But I just see how there are good takeaways from religion that people, just as we can sit here and say, oh, we're not religious, and we're not, but there are good takeaways that we have taken away from religion.
There's beautiful stories and poetic passages. There's things that the soul, if the soul feels moved, if one believes in such a thing. Again, I'm just, instead of hiding behind any falsehoods to be more likable, I want to rip that right off of the soak as a curtain. I am struggling with trying to be a Christian man because maybe I've lived too long as an atheist.
But
but my beliefs also go a little cosmic, so there has to be something.
Struggling means you're trying, which is a good
thing. I mean, the prayer is great, but in the community, and there's definite net positives.
And like what I mean by like it's good to like just be looking for things, like whether it be in religion or whether it be in the universe. It's good to be looking for things that make sense. I don't think there's anything wrong with that type of searching. Like, you're just looking for absolute good. You're looking for absolute truth. What is wrong with that journey? Like maybe if you start to sacrifice some things to get there, or you start to kind of shit on some, what I mean? Like if your journey for absolute truth starts to kind of negate people, or starts to kind of leave a certain group behind, like maybe that's not like Scientology or shit like that. Maybe that's not the absolute truth you're searching for. But I feel like there's something good. I feel like there's something good about it. That's all I'm trying to say.
Not Scientology. Oh, no. If they take something away from it,
good for searching.
Oh,
good for searching.
Yeah, right. Hey, man.
Like wondering, seeking.
One of the religions I fell in a lot of love with, as you know, was Buddhism. Because the whole journey of self-enlightenment, that really jived with me the most. I know more about that in the Tibetan Book of the Dead, the oldest
Buddha
religious
karma?
text.
Like, is that where karma comes into play?
Karma is a very heavy aspect.
I like karma. Like, I like that.
Yeah.
Like, I like that. Like, it does. Like, before I even delved, like, we all went through our journey of like, we were religious, we were atheists, like, but for whatever reason, karma always stuck with me, right? Like, even when I was, quote, atheist, so to speak, agnostic, like, I don't know about for you, but for me, karma always stuck with me. It was always something like, if I do something fucked up here, something fucked up's going to happen to me in the future. Like, if I fuck someone over, someone will fuck me over in the future. Like, karma always stuck with me, whether I was like hardcore religious or not. Like this yin and yang vibe has always stuck with me, whether religion was there or not. Just this idea of like,
is it right, because it's a very romantic notion to you, and it makes the world appear just?
I don't know. That's a great question. It may have something to do with like integrity, like doing the right thing, even though even when no one's looking, kind of thing. And like being rewarded and not rewarded for integrity or lack of integrity, maybe. But yeah, I mean, like, it does seem nice. Like, well, if I do something nice will happen to me. Like, it does seem like one of those like superstition things that's like, what could go wrong if I do this?
Sorry. And
what's the downside, rather?
I like this battle axe. If you watch The Walking Dead, I wonder if you can see. I have the entire collection.
He does.
In comics above me. Yes, nobody is gonna get out of this journey alive. And that being said, all the more reason to find what really helps you make sense of everything. Because I think it's really easy to be led astray and to get lost. That my biggest fear.
Yeah, but like, what if murder makes sense to everything, right? It's like everything has to make sense to you, but within reason, and that also helps other people. Like, if what makes sense to you is hurting people, that's not a good thing, like.
As a psychopath.
I know, but when you just blankantly say, well, what's good is what makes sense to you. It's like, well, it's not necessarily because like there are negative things that can make sense to you that even, you could be persuaded out of. So it's not just that easy, I don't think, just what makes, quote, sense to you. I think it goes a little deeper than that.
I suppose it would have to. It would have to go beyond just, well, that makes sense. No, You know how deep it can get with people that really give their life.
What gives you a better understanding of how things work? How about that?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I have long, I think, understood better and better over the years why it is appealing, and so much so that it is the absolute truth. And I'm not the one to tell them that it's not true. Like, that's the part of living in peace I've learned, is that I don't have to always be that guy to point out, yes, I'm an atheist, so I have to come and shit on everything that you take to heart. So yeah, if it works and it's helping you live a happier life, no harm, no foul, I don't need to go on the attack. That's the part I had to turn off.
Right.
All right, so we got a little sideline there, which is totally cool. I like these conversations.
Yes, me too. I feel like we might be good with Dinesh now. I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah, and I already foresaw the Dinesh haters. Oh, it's Dinesh. We can't trust anything on it. They exist. They're very they froth at the bit.
You almost kind of wonder, like, did Dinesh set this guy up to pretend to be like a radical Muslim to say this shit? You know what I mean? Like, but that's what Dinesh makes you think, though. Exactly. That's what I'm saying, though. Like, I agree with people when they think like that. I'm like, I don't know this fucking.
Yes,
this Dinesh sometimes.
But
I don't know about Dinesh, huh? Dunno, Dinesh? Okay,
That sounds like a great fucking dish from a bakery. What's up, TZ? Welcome, brother.
TZ?
But there's so much infinite evidence of people that used to believe what this man claims to have believed that tell you everything, and it aligns with everything this man is saying. So you couldn't even tell me it's bullshit, even if this was a bullshit setup.
Did we get into any of the Berlin thing? Because this was under our Berlin topic. Like, how far? I forget exactly.
Yeah, we did. That it was a Muslim. We covered the girl that thought it was the Christians, and the victims.
Okay, cool. So, but I guess the one video I'm talking about specifically, like, we played the video where they were talking about how. Oh no, we didn't. Okay, so this is the next video. So now we're gonna learn about that. Well, we actually kind of knew about this guy like weeks before this happened, and then like maybe a month before it happened, and maybe a few months before it happened, but we never really arrested him for it because, like, political correctness and all. We got to make sure. I mean, not all Muslims are bad, right? Obviously,
the political correctness angle, which is why I'm so critical of things like DEI and Islamophobia, all of that shit. Anything that stifles that gives us the feeling that we cannot say what we outright feel. It puts a fear in me, and tell the tale, and then I'll share my gripes and my rage.
Here we go. CBS 24/7 News.
Okay, right off the top and happening right now, an investigation underway in Berlin, Germany after a deadly attack on a pride festival in that German capital. The suspect drove a van right into a crowd and then attacked people, reportedly with a machete. It happened Saturday.
Yeah. That he got out of the van and started macheteing people. It wasn't just the van.
That's hardcore. Disturbing, savage.
Yeah,
absolute savagery, man.
One person died, dozens more hurt. The suspect shot and killed by police after authorities say he charged them with that knife.
Right, so now, then days later, maybe a day or day and a half later, they caught up with the guy. They went to attack him, and as you just heard, they shot and killed him. So he's dead.
Oh, good.
Yes. He's been primarily dispatched, as they say.
Live to CBS News.
In his brain before his final breath. I wonder how many of them really buy into that horseshit. Like, do they start to force or manifest the thoughts like, oh, those 72 virgins are waiting for me. This pain is so worth it.
Dude,
just really wonder.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, bro. Like, how as you're dying, your pupils get really dilated and like your kind of eyes kind of fixate on bright light.
Yeah.
Like when you trip balls, that's the same thing that happens. Like
oh yeah, that's right.
Your fucking pupils go thunk, and then like all bright lights have have really cool trails and look cool. So you kind of wonder that if and when your body knows it's dying, you just get a drip of DMT. And in this moment, just like when you're on acid or on mushrooms, the thing that you believe in the most will be on your mind, whether it's the truth or not. That thing will be like, oh, it's there. And like it gives you the sense of like, well, like your body's trying to make you okay with dying. So it's going to give you all the cool things to make you feel chill and relaxed. Like we don't want you to panic. Like that's what your brain does, like when you're dying.
What's up, Shep? Welcome, brother.
This is a deep, sick conversation.
That is really, really deep to think about. I mean,
but just to answer your question, yes, I do kind of think that like in those last moments, they see it, they feel it, like they've lived it their entire life. So it becomes this reality to them in that moment.
But I also have no doubt, based on statistics alone, that there are some motherfuckers that maybe just didn't have that level of belief or whatever other factors played a part.
They're very hesitant, like, are you sure, bro? I don't know if I really should, but I'll do it, I guess.
It just didn't go that way due to whatever other case. There was a video or there was a clip I chose not to submit because I just thought it would be maybe against TOS and insensitive, whatever the case. Another thing, and I know I slam Islam a lot, I don't know any other religion that does this, okay? And Muslims, I do have Muslims that are friends. They don't love the things I say, but there's still some kind of mutual understanding. Well, even though they'll give me shit as much as possible.
They probably put a jihad on you.
I'm sure it's already happened and in the works, but there is no other religion that, like the clip I saw today on X, is of a mother who was at her son's funeral, and he committed, he unalived himself and became a martyr by killing others, and she was so fucking proud and said, I always wanted my son to grow up to be a martyr. And she was just rubbing that casket with his younger infant brother on top of it. Like, I'm so proud of him. I'm so proud of him. And there was also videos. And remember, I acknowledge I have a biased algorithm because of what I have chosen to look into. But, the kids that are getting the translation, and then I'll verify the translation with all the AI sources I have, they're being given at like almost an infant age in their mother's or father's hands a fucking AK to hold, and the things they say, it's just, I don't see that anywhere else. So the Islamophobia shit and the little unification of the left and the right with this psyop of whatever the fuck is going on. I love that Nick Fuentes, Candace Owens, and Megyn Kelly, Tucker Carlson, they're all kind of flipping out a little bit and eating their own. But the end game, that does scare the fuck out of me. I don't want that shit happening anywhere near our country, our neighbors, our family. You look at what it's done to other European countries, not here ever.
It's
Can you name another
melting pot,
other
right?
That...
Like like the words melting pot come to mind, and wanting to be. But like, let me ask you this then: it's only really the extremists, correct?
Did you say it's
that's
not,
what we're talking? It's only really the extremists, correct? We're not talking about your normal modern day Muslim person, your normal modern day,
Okay, here's my fucking problem with we do know, and I've seen it with my own eyes because of the vast research I've done. Props to Tommy Robinson and the documentary that was made while he was looking into literal cohabitation, which ended up being a failure because the modern and practical scholarly Muslims that acknowledged they had to modify the Quran were ostracized and kicked out of their own community. That completely blackpilled me. So that means your moderate, everyday Muslim, no matter how peaceful they are, and I do not mean to generalize them all, but here the fuck we are, and you make of it what you will. They all abide by a doctrine and a dogma that states very clearly, invade from the river to the sea, the fatwa was the caliphate will return. They want to conquer the entirety of the world with their religion. They want Sharia to take over our laws in the West. That is at the crux of their belief. So I am almost giving up. Like even the moderates,
I don't disagree.
They're hoping maybe the radicals will push along the agenda. Even the moderates are trying to up the fucking numbers, so everything is tilted more in their favor.
I don't disagree, but what about the Christian religion saying that essentially if you do not repent when the Armageddon happens, you're not going to heaven? Is that really that different? They're not saying we're going to conquer you, but they're saying, like, listen, if you don't come on our side, you know, the Armageddon could happen any day now. And when that does happen, you're probably going to hell if you're not one of us.
I hate
it doesn't sound like they're trying to conquer with that type of idea. Like they're just trying to say, like, hey, come over here. Whereas as what you're saying, as far as like the Muslim religion goes, as far as the extremists goes, it does sound like a conquer. We're going to take over, whether you like it or not.
You know, do you know how the Muslim practitioner is to know that Muhammad, their prophet, that when he returns, how they're supposed to identify him?
How's that?
His shin.
Yep.
His
shin?
Once you see his shin, yep. And he has two right hands.
Was he
which
got
is
like
hilarious.
Was he got like
what?
Was he got like a big like?
No, not chin.
Burqa? No, I know, but he's got a big burqa. Like isn't that like a woman thing where you can't even see their leg? You just kind of see like their.
Brother, I could not tell you, but when he reveals his fucking shin,
we've seen the shin. Holy shin! Allahu Akbar!
Hilarious, and it's crazy that they can't see the hilarity of it.
Where do you see my shin? Where do you see my
That would be a great fucking like. Well, I wish you would do it. Weird Al, please do that.
Come on, Weird.
Oh, and also, so you're not supposed to conceptualize Allah. It's forbidden.
No,
and
Muhammad.
Allah. Yeah, you can't conceptualize him. It's forbidden. He's supposed to have two right hands, by the way. So yeah. This is all in.
Can you imagine high-fiving this asshole? That would suck, right? It's just like one hand spot on, the other hand just like. Listen, I'm not here for high fives. I'm here for the afterlife. Sorry, so you're right. Can I get one high five then? No problem, bro. Boom. But I cannot give you the second high five. Why is that? Two right hands. Sorry, man.
Yeah, he really sounds like the awkward teenager. Also, what's that old 90s movie that the guy looked like he had a peanut allergy with Cher? Fucking like he really sounds like that kind of fella. Offense meant, by the way, to practitioners.
Like he sounds like my old boss in the smoke shop. Like, bro, what are you doing, bro? You need to sell them this piece, bro. It's a good piece. They're gonna enjoy the piece, bro. It's a high quality glass piece, bro. Really good, really good.
So look, I know the easy and maybe the conclusion when you hear all these things that I'm saying. I mean, look up everything I just claimed, and you'll find out I'm fucking right. But if it makes sense to you to call me an Islamophobe, then fucking color me that because I do have my focus, my crosshairs, if you will, on them as a people trying to take shit over, and I look at it and I think it's already begun.
Just as the same way we just kind of pooped on them for like religious jokes, they would poop on us like, look at the Christian, look at the Jew, huh? Like, oh, look at me, you know, I eat my religion like it's the bread, it's the blah, 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 blah. You know, like they'll laugh. Like that's all we're doing, just making jokes. Like there's nothing wrong with that. Like we're all kind of ribbing our religions. That's what's fun. You know what I mean? But this story kind of keeps going more, just a little bit, and they're going to talk about actually, besides the religion part of it, this person was a how do you say, batshit crazy, right?
Oh, all right.
Germany decided not to see the batshit craziness and decided just to see the religious part. You see, what we're doing is we're having a good sport in, like, we're kind of being like, stereotypical, like, oh, we're making fun of religion, right? We expect our government not to do that. We expect our government just to judge you based on what you're going to do, who you are, not just by your religion. In Europe, as we've been learning, that doesn't work out like that. It never happens like that. They literally judge you on the religion first, and then they work backwards from there. Oh, well, if you're Muslim, that means you were probably the guy who was trying to get stabbed, not the stabber, right? You know how the UK incident played out.
Often, very often.
Right. So in this incident, at first we're like, oh, this is not what happened here. This is no, but it's actually playing out how a lot of people suspected to play out. It's a Muslim extremist, but again, it gets even deeper than that because of all the trouble he's been in before that. And we're going to give him the benefit of the doubt. No. It's just a one-time thing. Multiple cases of being in trouble and being let off, even weeks before the incident, where one of the charges was essentially an attempt to blow something up, an attempt to cause destruction, and they let him off even again. Listen to this story. If there was any rage bait story tonight, it would be this one. It would be this story specifically. I'm going to start from the beginning.
Okay, right off the top and happening right now, an investigation underway in Berlin, Germany after a deadly attack on a pride festival in that German capital. The suspect drove a van right into a crowd and then attacked people, reportedly with a machete. It happened Saturday. One person died, dozens more hurt. The suspect shot and killed by police after authorities say he charged at them with that knife. Live to CBS News, foreign correspondent Chris Livesay with new reporting this hour. Chris, I've been reading some of the fascinating findings you've had regarding a history with domestic terror. Walk us through what you found out.
Well, that's right, Reed. In fact, we're actually in his neighborhood here in...
Oh, they're in his Oh, cool. Maybe they can prevent another thing happening. Interesting. They're right in the ground. They're right there.
Yeah,
Berlin.
I don't... I understand if you're like a war correspondent. Here we are on the battlefield, but...
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm in his neighborhood right now. Okay, cool, buddy. Yeah.
We're standing right over the murder scene. In fact, I'm right on top of the dead body right now.
Give it a few years. We'll get there.
Yeah. Fingers crossed.
Germany. Now, it was last year when authorities say he flew to Lebanon to try to join ISIS in neighboring Syria.
They knew that last year he flew to Lebanon to try to join ISIS.
Okay, do not pass go.
We're not even done yet. Do not pass Lebanon. No, go ahead. All right, well, do not re-enter Germany. No, go ahead, and here's money. It's like, oh,
I don't understand.
fuck.
What?
Fuck, yeah.
And here's money?
No, I'm just saying, like you said, do not pass go. It was actually like the opposite. They're like, go ahead, get the fuck out of here, silly goose. You know what? Get back in here, and here's a few $100.
Okay, big fucking red flag number one. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest red flag, you left the current country to join ISIS. I think that's the only flag. That is literally the ISIS flag. Like, that is the flag. If there's any flag to have, it's not even a red flag. It's an ISIS flag.
It is up to the common sense German people to fucking put some feet to the fucking fire.
Careful with German and fire. They're very,
Yeah,
it's only been like 60 or 70 years. They're very sensitive about the whole fire thing. So I'm just saying, ease into it as all.
Well, they're getting theirs now, it appears. So
yeah, they do feel like they're kind of on the come
I'm just saying, I hope the public over there, the law-abiding, people that are just not these degenerate fucking assholes that want to harm others, put pressure on those that were accountable, that let this slip through the cracks. That should have been the only fucking flag. You do not try to join ISIS and get let back in. Like, oh, you little rascal. Like, that's insane. Absolutely insane. And I want to know why.
Noogie, you silly goose. Look at you, you fucking
Trying to join
goose.
ISIS. Saw you.
Fucking goose.
Try to join ISIS in neighboring Syria. Then it came back to Germany and in May was convicted of, quote, serious violence, or at least planning to carry out serious violence, and for distributing ISIS propaganda.
In May, he was convicted for trying to commit serious violence and distributing May, June, July, less than 2 months ago, depending when in May, less than or just equal to 2 months ago. I would assume it was like early May, so it was like May. It was probably like maybe a month and a half. But that's not all. There's more.
However, he received a suspended sentence, so he was not in prison. Prosecutors were appealing that, and then just 3.5.
They suspended his sentence for that thing that happened in May.
Why? I don't understand.
He goes to wherever the fuck he went to join ISIS in Syria. They're like, never mind. I'm going to come back here. Forget about that. They saw that. They were like, you know what? Everything's fine here. He comes back to the country. He does some crazy shit in May where he was planning to commit some serious violence. They suspend his sentence for that. All right. And then just 3.5 weeks before this incident, we're not done yet, brother man.
He received a suspended sentence, so he was not in prison. Prosecutors were appealing that. And then just 3.5 weeks ago, police visited his home under suspicion that he was harboring weapons, but came up empty-handed, only found a toy gun.
They found a toy gun.
Every defense attorney for this guy, every politician, every judge, I think they should be held equally accountable for the actions he committed. I hope we get to that. I don't know. That might sound radical, extreme. We need to get to a point where they have some base level fear of accountability, because this is so old.
It's not over yet.
De-radicalization specialists, walk us through what they are, because we understand they screened him twice. How did that all play out?
Yeah, well, this is where things.
So not only did he get charged, right? Not only do they know that he went to join ISIS in Syria. He came back. He did this thing in May. He did this thing 3.5 weeks ago. But 2 times, and there was about to be a 3rd time when the country was attempting to put him through a de-radicalization program.
A 3rd time.
But there was, but regardless of the 2 charges, there was 2 courses he took before. You know what I mean? So like, forget about the 2 charges. There was these things happened on top of the 2 charges.
What in the flying? Okay. So did he pass any of the?
No. In fact, they thought he was faking it. And I guess, which is the craziest thing, faking it so much that they're like, you know what? You come back for a 3rd course, you silly goose. Let's make sure you're faking it.
Dude, this is negligence.
And he never made the 3rd course because the 3rd course was the day of like this guy doing this on the field.
A little conflicting of schedules there.
Yeah. Technically, but he's in jail right now, you know?
Yeah, well, this is where things get really interesting. So he was ordered to participate in a de-radicalization program and was in the process of going through these screening sessions before the attack took place over this weekend. In those first 2 screenings, specialists determined, in an interview with us, they told us that they determined that he was not appropriate for the program. They were about to reject him from joining the program at his 3rd session. That 3rd session was supposed to take place today. Now,
how many chances do you like? No, nope. I don't believe you. I think you're a good person. Don't believe you. I know you went to Syria. I know you tried to join ISIS. You're better than that. I know you just tried to blow something up. You're better than that. I know we've tried to de-radicalize you twice, and the teachers, they disagree. But we're going to send you to 1 more course just in case they're incorrect. How many chances do you get?
I think I've stopped caring about certain things that could get me in some kind of trouble. I'll respect TOS, but you know what, Veritas, there's some things that I think you've sometimes have been too harsh about, but fuck it. There should be, and it's very, it's how shall I say? Time's up. There needs to be a call to people that have viewed this as the threat that it has remained as for what it is, and want to see that threat end by
They were
almost
getting,
damn near
they
any
were
means
getting
necessary.
information that
Sorry, that was an accident. Go ahead.
That's okay.
That you
I'm
deemed
sick and
damn near-
tired of learning about people that are doing their best to abide by the law and you know play by the rules, pay their taxes, take care of their families, being the victims, even if I don't agree with whatever fucking life choices, but it ain't fucking this. Yeah, there needs to be a real fucking awakening where people are, I don't know, man. I don't want to call for any actions of bloodshed, craziness. Just saying keep your head on a swivel is getting really fucking old.
Right. Finish this video.
Day. Now, the reason they de-radicalized him was because of what they said was suspicious cooperation. It seemed like they were getting information that he thought they wanted to hear. What was very suspicious was he claimed that he was no longer an Islamist extremist at all, and they said that that was just too big of a pill to swallow. They called it fake cooperation in the interview that we had with a spokesperson. Also, and this is very important, they said, quote, he might have belonged in prison. In other words, he should have.
Maybe, huh? Might. Just a possibility. Yep.
Because they can't take blame. We can't. Well, he might have, but that's not just up for us to decide.
Been in prison, perhaps, where he wouldn't have been able to carry out these attacks. However, the spokesperson was emphatic that this was not a decision for their organization to make, but was one for German authorities. And that is the
right. And I guarantee you, if their organization went to German authorities and said, this person is a fucking problem, the German authorities would have been like, okay, gotcha. Or at least done something a little more about it. But because nobody wants to be the guy to pull the trigger, so to speak, and be the first person to say, hey, we might got a problem here, this is what happens.
If you have a greater fear about your own public relations than the value of lives, then it's time for you to get the fuck out of your position. There needs to be a radical overtaking so radicals don't overtake us.
Germany let this happen. There's
they did.
No ifs,
Absolutely.
ands, or buts about this. They let this happen by way of not wanting to seem, negative towards a certain. Well, we don't want to judge them based off one action.
Islamophobic. No.
There was 4 or 5 actions that happened before this serious action that you took to be. Yeah, no, it's fine. Man.
Well, fool me once, shame on you. Twice, shame on me. 3, 4, 5, fucking hit me with a white van and then pull out a machete.
Yeah, we played the video of the one Muslim guy talking about how a lot of the extremist Muslims would vote leftist. How about this video from 2017 from the UAE Foreign Minister Abdullah bin Zayed, essentially talking about political correctness will be an end to a lot of things and will be the beginning to a lot of Muslim radicalization because you don't want to call certain
They've been saying this for a long time. Yes.
That we will see, there will come a day that we will see far more radical extremists and terrorists coming out of Europe because of the lack of decision making, trying to be politically correct, or assuming that they know the Middle East and they know Islam and they know the others far better than we do. And I'm sorry, but that's pure ignorance.
10 years ago, essentially, he called that.
And there were many more before him. Only most of them, though, especially, I wish I remember, is it Solomon Rushdie? I might get the name wrong. My father knew his writings. He wrote a book exposing Islam for what it was, and they took him out very publicly. Very, very, it was grotesque. It was back in the 80s.
Wow.
Let that be a lesson. I don't know how many more we have to learn.
All right. Well, you want to? What do you feel like? we can save the Candace stuff and the Fauci stuff for Friday. Like you tell me, we can play a few little kind of silly things right now. We don't got to get balls deep in the Candace thing, even though we did. I think we got.
Do you want to?
Candace
I
on
was
the
gonna say, do you
docket, so I
want to
don't
cover
mind.
the Candace thing?
Yeah, I don't mind.
This will be the
Yeah, as long as you let me take a piss.
You can do what you gotta do.
Yes. Okay.
You
my God, I
strange
gotta take-
fucking human
I gotta take a piss so bad.
with an overactive bladder.
I'm sorry. I drink like a gallon, 2 waters a day.
You should be. Apologize every day.
Oh, sorry.
Pray for apologies.
Here,
I'm
gonna give you some background music.
I don't need no background music. Good ladies and gentlemen that have chosen to be true MVPs to just show any amount of support that we do appreciate. I mean, I can't tell you how much it means. There are a few things left, at least in my life, that I'm even somewhat passionate about, but having a voice is one of them. I stopped caring about I don't like this music. I stopped caring about the optics, the PR. I know I sound heavy-handed. I think most moderate media outlets, mainstream outlets would call for my cancellation, but I have my bias and I am tired of this continuing issue because of a fear of being called something like, oh no, look they're being the profiling is it's racist. Profiling is racist. Statistics lie. And if you just look at the same fucking rinse and repeat shit when it comes to radical Islamic acts, you cannot. I don't think there's any other common sense conclusion to come to other than it's time to go the next level in protection. I'm not saying to go be proactive and attack somebody. By God, I am not going to be the one to ever be accused of incitement, but call it out to the best of your fucking ability. We've had enough of that shit happen here and everywhere, all over and across Europe, and it's even worse in the Middle Eastern countries where it's accepted and practiced. You know, the totalitarianism, I can't get the word right now. It's pretty much a fascist regime. Look at Iran before the Ayatollah took over. How happy they were. You've seen those pictures where the women and the men, they're dressed as they want to be, truly like enjoying democracy. And then look at it now. You can only see like the women's eyes. The men, they can take as many wives as they want, and it's a covenant between them and Allah. They have no accountability to their wives. There's just so many things that show we cannot. The coexistence, like I said when I talked about Tommy Robinson, the scholars that truly believe in Islam and want to see it prevail need to be more active and outspoken. That's my thoughts on it. Hey, Mishka, darling.
What's up, Mishka? Do you think they could change your mind? Like if they're more outspoken?
I mean, I know there's
about
good Muslims out there. The friend that got me that great birthday gift, and then the family that has given me a job a couple of times. Just, I hate to single out the family, but there's some shit that we've had discussions where they made some things very, very plain and clear, and I don't know how much of it is ribbing. And
that's a great point. Like, I worked for somebody who was, Lebanese, and they went through all these religions, but when they were Muslim, they were Jewish, they were Christian, then they went back to Jewish, and they went Jew for Jesus. But during one of those periods, he was telling me how when he was Muslim, if something were to happen, he would have taken my life. I was like, oh, cool,
Yeah.
bro. You're
Yep.
putting me on edge now. And
Not a
again,
good feeling.
But like, are you ribbing me? Are you fucking with me?
Right,
Being serious? So like, I can never tell.
That's the same like when I'd quote the passages from hadiths or the Quran or talk about taqiyya, kafors, and what it enables and requests and or demands. And the family of which I speak, and their response is, yeah, it's true.
Yeah, but like outwardly, like when he would say that like inside, I'd be like, what the fuck? But I'd be like, I would always say like, good luck. I'd always say shit like that, like, good luck, bro. You're gonna have to try hard.
Trying to
like,
draw
bro,
your line.
You're funny, bro. Okay, I could try real. Like, yeah. You have to try real hard, motherfucker.
Oh dear God.
Bro, I like you. You're funny, bro. You put up a good fight, huh? You and me, we become fast friends. It's good. You know, it's so funny.
And I know the popular fucking pivot is always, oh my God, look, the 0.2% of Israel and the Jews and the Zionism. I get it, but you know what? I do not see anybody in that religion calling or inciting the amount of violence that we see almost on a damn daily.
Bro, this guy
and the rewarding of martyrdom and the teaching. Yeah, I just don't see it.
Like just a little peek behind that thought process. This guy was like had more respect for me or whatever. Like if I spoke up to him, like if I like just did what he said, he'd be like, he would, behind my back, this guy's a bitch. But the second I was like, I fought back and had him, I'd be like, bro, I like you. This is good. Yes, this is good, bro. Like so, like he would always try to get you worked up. And then you would get worked up. You're like, aha, yes, bro. And he'd shake your hand, and you guys would be cool again. You're like, what the fuck in the mind game is going on right now?
Yeah, I mean, not a comfortable position to find yourself on a damn near daily basis. That probably wrought some psychological damage to some degree. Maybe not in a negative, but you're fucked up. So
what are you gonna do?
I know.
I think we covered the Berlin terror attack.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, no. We're about to tap that Candace Owens.
Candace. I just was making sure because there's always like a linger video that we forget or something like that.
There's two things that I was made aware of today. You amazing people with us here. Video. It's not in 4K like it would, but that was being trolled on X. That it's supposed to prove that Tyler Robinson was trained by the goalpost keeps getting moved so many times. I've had it. I've fucking
did you send
had
that
it.
Video?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I'm shocked you didn't have.
Relax. I'm gonna get
it. No, I just thought you would have seen it. And then the other one is. She reports that she has the bombshell. She has the thing again. Always the next drop, the next drop, the next drop. This tease, that tease, this tease, that tease. Mommy Sluice, donate, buy my merch. This next drop, it's gonna be the thing. And so instead of revealing it, she just talks about having it.
Yeah, we got
a 911 call, by the way.
We got two really good videos, but one. See this fucking is even gonna play. I want to mute this so they don't fucking play at the same time. Hurry up.
It's okay. It's okay.
This one right here. To kind of kick us off into the Candace segment. I know we do have this bumper, and I get it.
Explosive material, if you will.
Checking in on Crazy Candace. Like I know we got this song.
Yeah.
Like I know we got this. Right? But something else just dropped today that really kind of fits this whole narrative going on. Many a time has Candace Owens said, we have an explosive show. We got some explosive evidence. Explode. So, and then nothing has ever panned out to be, quote, explosive as she's made it like seem to be. So
is she referring to, like, as Mishka says, she's the bomb? Is she going to explode?
Maybe, hopefully. I don't know.
That'd be a great payoff.
You have to fingers crossed. We'll
in
see.
Minecraft, of course, Yeah.
By the way, it's let's see, what's today? It's
Candy O'Clock.
It's Wednesday, so it's like almost Friday. I think it's Friday for her right now. You lucky son of a bitch.
The fudge you talking about?
Miska. It's like Friday.
Oh, okay. All right, gotcha.
Or it's like really, really late or early Thursday. I have no idea.
I thought you were implying Candace Owens transcends time. Okay.
Her crazy time works over there. Here we go. So here's the intro to the Candace Owens segment.
You guys, wait.
What's up? I gotta do this. What's up, Krupp brother? I'm so glad to see you. Please, you gotta tell me who you were referring to in this chat. Just type it out, man, and I'll fucking delete it. I have to know. Just tell me this. Does his name... No, fuck it. Does his first name start with a J? Like, just fucking please tell me.
What?
All right.
Come on, man.
What? No, no. Think of it. No, I don't
What
want.
the fuck did I say?
Not. Well, no.
Well,
no,
what
it's
didn't I
someone
say?
else we had a thing with, but I gotta know. Somebody has a beef with me and had to be talked down, and I want to know who the fuck that is.
Name
They can
starts
bring their
with a
shit right to me.
Name starts with a C and ends with an S.
No, not the. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Don't do
What,
that. Come on.
Charles? You don't know.
In
remember-
charge of our days in
you don't
our
remember-
life.
You don't remember
'cause,
Charles?
me.
You remember our? You honestly don't, do you? You don't remember? Okay. All right, that's no problem.
Okay,
That's
good.
a joke for another day.
All right, you guys, I
Indeed.
know that I say that every episode is going to be explosive, and I guess we should just start with one of many explosive discoveries. It's going to explode, and there's going to be so many revelations about how this world really works. Explosive story that I have for you today. Some other explosive things that we have found out. One more thing rather explosively. Some explosive things that we will be revealing tomorrow. It will shake the foundations of the world. I believe it. You believe it. We all believe it. Even more explosive revelations for you. Actually, some explosive revelations. So here's some explosive news. Tomorrow we will have more explosive information and revelations, and we are going to have some explosive stuff for you on Wednesday. The thing about the Egyptian plane is so explosive. I don't know what to say other than it's positively explosive. I have so many explosive revelations. We have some more explosive revelations. This is bigger than we could have ever imagined.
All right, this goes on
Explosive
for another minute. By the way, I got the Vine boom. It's on lock. I just don't know if people care about another minute of the Vine boom. Hang on. How about another 10 seconds?
Get ready. We have an explosive episode because it's pretty explosive. Pretty explosive episode because obviously that's very explosive. I mentioned Fort Huachuca on my show, and apparently the world exploded and imploded at the exact same time. The explosive episode, more explosive information.
Explosive and
Do we get it?
overwhelming.
Do we get the idea now?
Oh, I know. I got the damn idea.
Eli, what is it? It's
diarrhea. Explosive and what's the other fucking term she was overwhelming evidence. Bro, she is just so stupid. I got nothing. Like, I could go on an articulate dialogue and try to be a veritable wordsmith and try to deconstruct. Dude, she's just fucking dumb. She's just fucking dumb. That's it. She should have been. She is a cult leader, but she should really double down and just take that as far as she can and go away and live in a desert.
How dumb is she?
The dumbest.
No, come on, you got it. How dumb is she? There's a verb she's just been saying.
Explosively dumb.
Yes!
Overwhelmingly.
You
perhaps?
got it. No, explosively. Look at you. Yes.
You and a
Well played.
soundboard was the most dangerous thing to happen to the internet.
What's that?
You and a soundboard is the most dangerous thing to happen on the internet. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
All right. That's all I'm doing over here is having fun with that soundboard. All right.
All right.
I'm glad somebody got that. All right. So the two explosive things. Would you like to play your explosive bit first? The 4K footage. The 4K footage.
Yeah, it's in the chat.
No, I know it is. I was asking if you want to play that first or the 911 footage first.
Yeah, well, I have never seen the 911 thing, so that's going to be a fresh take. And so, I just think.
Do you want to?
Yeah, play the footage. The footage. Okay. I'm curious if you are currently here and engaging with us. Have you guys heard or seen anything? Like, I fully understand at this point. Like, there is an absolute fatigue. If you're tired of hearing from this bitch, I get it. I want to actively retrain my algorithm to shun her bullshit away. I mean, I do get all the hit pieces on her, but it's still her stupid bleeds through.
By the way, the person's name that started with C and ends in S is Candace Owens.
Huh?
The person's name who started with C and ends in S was Candace Owens.
Oh, word. I thought it was Charles.
Was still waiting,
because Charles is
giving
in
you some
charge
time to figure it out
of our days and our life. Okay.
Yes, exactly.
All right.
It wasn't who you thought it was. Which
clearly I stand corrected.
Which was Charleston's. Was
Correct.
not Charleston's. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right. Damn it! Now I want a fucking taco. By the way, thank you, TZ.
So this is the footage we're gonna play, huh? This is her 4K. So this is real 4K footage.
The people that are laughing at her, which I hope it's in abundance. Candace Owens was building this footage up to be caught in 4K. It was caught in 4K. Here's the evidence that he was militarily trained. Tyler Robinson is now militarily trained, although I get confused as I watch the Candy Sloppers
But
out
it's not
there
him, though,
with their
right?
own followings. They're saying that's not Tyler Robinson, and they also say that he's signaling someone or someone gave him a signal. And this is just the small portion of the clip. It's the entirety of the rooftop footage. And somebody that follows me on YouTube messaged me on a community post saying, Cash Patel needs to be arrested now.
By
I don't know.
4K, they mean this footage was taken 4 kilometers away. I mean, this is obviously, we know without a shadow of a doubt, this is not the 4K footage. The school has 4K footage. The videos that we were given was not that 4K enhanced footage.
You see this crawl? This is apparently military. Here, there you go. Is there there's audio, right?
Bro, I crawl like that when I'm doing base and fucking shoe molding. What
Same
the fuck
here,
is,
dude.
What the fuck is
Same.
that about? Come on, man. That's crazy.
It is crazy what the fuck.
I got this. Keep going. Keep going.
Oh, thank you, Krupp. I got you. I knew it. All right. It's just it's crazy that this is all it takes. There's a 6-minute 44-second clip of her just shoving this down everybody's throats and acting like this is definitive proof. It's so condescending. It's so man, she is the Wicked Witch. I'm waiting for the fucking house to drop on her already. I swear, I'm sick of it. And now here, help the argument. Here's a professional. Look at the similarity of the crawls. Definitive proof. And they can't even get it together. Some say it's not him, and then others say it is him. How does he know this military crawl? Get the fuck out of here.
And then the fact that they're trying to call this 4K footage is ridiculous. And then the fact that they're trying to say, how can you tell this is him? It's not just the video, you fucking moron. Like, this is why anybody that I talk to about this case, I just ask them right off rip. I say, what is if you're going to say that there's a conspiracy, I have no problem with that. I need to know what you're conspirizing against. What is the official narrative that they have that the conspiracy goes against? Because when they just say, well, that's not him on the roof, the video doesn't prove it. Okay, maybe not, but the video prior, the video of him getting up there, the video of him getting down, the video of him in his car coming back later, the video of him in his car getting there, the towel, the screwdriver, the bullets, him talking,
the DNA,
him talking to Lance about the bullets and asking Lance where the Dremel is so he can engrave those bullets, the bullets that were used against Kirk that have engravings, the text message that goes back and forth with him and Twigs saying, oh, I guess Grandpa's gun does work as good as it does, him confessing to his parents, him going into police custody and confessing there. I mean, it's not just the video. That's where everything falls apart for the whole conspiracy crowd. It's not just this video. It's everything else that was revealed that has been known, but that was also revealed in the preliminary hearing that discounts what you're saying. Everything else is speculation, and you have no evidence to the contrary. Call in, debate me. You won't.
Fuck you. I have a way to move this goalpost. Beyond infinity, you are going to be just wishing you had the idea first. So what you just described right there, Josh, that was quite a list, dare I say overwhelming evidence. So now I'm going to cast some aspersion. I'm going to paint the word overwhelming in a negative light.
Evidence of probable cause. not beyond a reasonable doubt. There's still going to be a hearing, but I don't even have evidence that shows me probable cause of who else could have done it. I just have speculation and, well,
dreams.
My feels and my vibes and my dreams said this. Yeah.
The Egyptian planes. Mm-hmm. And the fucking tracking, the geolocating tracking program that she promised she was going to make available to the public, and only if that one of her mommy sleuth fans made for her, only to find out she had all of the fucking data wrong about where the planes were. All of this just gets morbidly swept under the rug so they could just be convinced that she's right. Because by proxy, that makes them right. You're fighting the wrong battle now.
I'm so over that stupidity of everything. Like, let me just grant you that she was correct about the Egyptian planes. How does that prove the involvement of the Charlie Kirk assassination?
I mean, that would be
Let
the
me
burden.
just concede to all the speculations out there, then now give me more proof that negates the proof I have with Tyler Robinson doing it.
Well, I mean, I did have this dream.
Oh, yes, go on.
That's it.
Oh, well, to be fair, dream is the most well-respected source of evidence in the court.
You know, do you remember that time I crashed like 8 cars and
remember about it? I dreamed about it.
I may have injured, maybe taken like 10 lives in the process.
Well, believe it or not, I dreamed you took about 5 lives in the process.
Which is why my record or charges were reduced because I don't know where I was going with this shit, but please don't believe a damn thing I said.
Yeah.
Because I'm only asking questions.
The received is at the
my favorite thing. Oh, I wish I could find it. My
I don't
favorite.
get how.
Okay, hang on one second. Just keep
I don't
going
know. Please, somebody that's a fan of this dumb bitch, and yes, I mean that with full disrespect. How is she so convincing to you? What is your end game? Is it to see that she's right? Why are you so invested in believing these crazy things that she cannot prove and continues to move the goalpost? What's in it for you? Is it just so at the end of the day, it's not about the fucking truth? It's so you and your fucking circle jerk of friends that are, you know, candy cultists can say, oh, our queen was so right. Oh, watch out for bees, by the way. They're trying to get your kids in schools. Dude, I don't know that I respect her anymore because I have done literal entire hour, multiple hour live streams about her come up, her history from her first lawsuit in high school with the NAACP, where she to this day will claim it didn't happen because she's never benefited from racism, to Project Autopsy, to when she flip-flopped from liberal to conservative, gets on grift after grift after grift, fucks everything up in her wake. The burden of proof, motherfuckers, is on you now because she has proven to be unreliable.
Okay. Remember the video that you shared in the chat about the guy explaining flock cameras, but when he goes
do some that's homework. Fine. I can wait.
When he uses the government, he's like, well, you know, all we're trying to do is keep track of the government and making sure that they're safe. So what we're going to do is we're going to have cameras on, and like he uses the idea of flock cameras, but against the people who he's talking about to kind of illustrate them to the point of being uncomfortable, right?
It's pure cinema.
Okay. So, in the best way possible, this lawyer, Ryan Mullally, very in the inner workings with Andrew Wilson, very in the inner workings with Rob Noir. Ryan Mullally, he calls in and he's talking to one of these people who believe in a lot of the Candace Slop stories. And in the same fashion, how he uses that logic against them, he does the same thing here. He's like, you know, what's interesting is the person who has had most of the gain since Charlie Kirk died is Candace Owens.
100%.
She's made the most money. And but I'm just asking questions. And listen to how he phrases this.
You're one of the Fed sloppers. I'll respond to you, Ryan. What do you want to say?
I think okay, great. I'm very glad to be here, but I'm actually not here to push Fed slop. You got me all wrong. I think that after watching the trial, I wanted to see if anybody could contest this alternative theory that I think is.
Okay, so I just want to set this up real quick. Andrew Wilson, he is kind of deemed himself the guy who's going to debate a lot of the Candace Owens people out there. Like, he kind of called TPUSA and said, hey, I want to kind of head this thing up. Like, he doesn't necessarily like Erica Kirk. He doesn't necessarily like TPUSA. But what he doesn't like is non-truths going around. He doesn't like non-logic. And he's like, I want to kind of be like the head of the person debating all the Charlie Kirk conspiracy theories out there. I want them to debate me. In fact, so much so that he has $300,000 along. So Brian, the guy from the Whatever podcast, put up $200,000 in this podcast, or another one, Andrew, on the Piers Morgan show, while he was debating JoJo. He put up another $100,000, bringing the total to $300,000 for Candace Owens if she came on and debated her points, and she will not.
Of course not.
$300,000 fucking dollars. She will not debate it.
It's chump change compared to the grift overall. That would do too much damage. So she has no reason, even though it should have been an easy W.
So Andrew goes on these people's TikToks, he goes on these people's channels, and he goes on to debate him. So when he goes on there, sometimes his boys, his people are on there with him, trying to call and have a word or two. So Ryan Mullally, he's been a decent dude along the way, but recently with the Charlie Kirk thing going on, especially with the preliminary hearings going on, he was very big on the Crucible and on the extravaganza as far as giving the breakdown to these preliminary hearings and kind of giving you like the lawyer side of it. Very, 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 very informative. Highly suggest watching his what do you call it? His overview of it. Like, he has an overview of it on his channel. So
I'm already a fan.
Highly recommend it.
A comment that I want to address, just me. It's amazing that there was such easy access to a roof in the first place. Worked on rooftops 20 years, and you need access 30. Okay.
I mean,
Patches
but
are a
it's
lot.
not though. Like I
Yeah,
can't tell you how many times at the Art Institute of Fort Lauderdale I could walk up to the top floor and the access to the roof was just not being guarded by anybody.
We had the fella very early on that did the walkthrough and showed just how easy and it was to traverse. There was no.
There was
grand
literally
feat.
stairs going up to that top floor, and there was just what they call like a knee wall preventing you from getting on the roof, just like a half wall that you could just
there
step over.
There was a huge ball dropped that's been it's on the record that the security had made a request for more security from the college, and they said they had it covered, but they didn't do shit. So there was access.
Like I also do think though, like there's a situation going on here where there's a lot of people who aren't trying to take blame. Like, for instance, Charlie Kirk's security team. Like, listen, I don't care what the fuck the school told you. I don't care what the fuck the cops told you. You go and you make sure the roof is secure. That's what I'm paying you for. You don't take somebody's word for it. So I do think there is like this wasn't me line of being kind of established. Like I just took their word for it kind of thing. I don't let me forget where we are. We're getting a caller. Let's see what we got.
If it is who I think it is, man.
It says unknown. We'll find out.
Call from.
It's Fiesta.
It's Fiesta. No, Eli says no. Do we give him like 2 minutes maybe? Just real quick. Eli's going to step away. What's up, Fiesta? What do you got?
Hey, man, to all the black people listening to this show, please take a note. And this is how tokenism works. When you work with the white people and you do their dirty job and you talk about black people and you talk about other crime stats and all this made up stuff, oh, you're a genius. You're intelligent. You're smart. You're on the right track. You're on the right side of history. But hey, man, you go on your own and you start asking some questions. Now you're an idiot. You're a bitch. You're a conspiracy theorist.
What does that mean?
Very
Like, what
telling,
is that?
fellas.
Who's
Very
that?
telling.
Who's that in? Like, what are you talking about? As far as
As far as Candace Owens, 4 or 5 years ago, she was the GOAT. I think I even seen some videos
Never.
of you guys bigging her up.
To be fair, no. I mean,
We have
like,
never been
there
a
are
fan of
times,
Candace Owens.
Yeah, like there are times when she's on spot of something, but like, what do you like? I don't understand. Like, why do you think criticism is a bad thing?
Oh no, it's not bad at all.
But
like
but
I
hang
said
on, no, hang on,
before,
Fiesta. To be fair, the way you just painted it, was it like it was a bad thing? Like you just did this kind of like soliloquy type thing to make it seem like we're criticizing her in a way that's unfair.
Yeah, all of a sudden, I just wondered how she is so unintelligent. Like I said,
I feel
before,
like you're
when she was
mistaking us for like
when she was
MAGA
working with
people.
Charlie and when she was working with Charlie and the other guys, she was the smartest black woman out here.
How long? Yeah, I mean, those words never came out of my mouth. Like, how long do you know she was even working with Charlie for? It wasn't that long.
And again, I have never once in my life been a Candace Owens fan.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, guys. Well, also,
Well, what do you
yeah,
think about?
man.
So, do you think that as far as the Charlie Kirk thing goes, you think Candace is spot on? Is she 50-50? Is she missing the mark? Like, where do you think she is, and as far as what you think happened to Charlie Kirk?
I think she's 50-50. I think she's got a lot of information, and I'm sure she's got some misinformation to get her off the track. But I think she's pretty much spot on. There was a move to get him up out of here, man, and it wasn't no lone gunman, man.
Did you like Kansas before the Charlie Kirk thing? Are you just projecting on us? Like, were you a Candace Owens fans before she was like, oh, there's this weird thing going on with Charlie Kirk? How much of a fan of hers were you?
Oh no, I've never been a fan of Candace. Candace is a Sambo to this day.
Sambo.
But she tries to make her way back to the community. She tried once she got flipped, her token got flipped. She tried to come back, but once you denigrate the black community for white approval, like you're stuck with them. Stay on that side.
Did you see the new Scary Movie? There's a part in that movie where they're like, like there was a white joke that they made, and they're like, nobody's whiter than Candace Owens. They made that joke. I thought.
Oh yeah, I heard of that joke, and yeah,
I thought that was kind of funny.
On that one, that was spot on.
I thought that was kind of funny. I was like, all right, we can at least we can still make some type of racial humor in 2026 where no one gets offended.
Right. Oh, but I meant to ask you guys. I've heard the last couple of weeks you guys talk about. Even Duke said it. He said something about the rules. We don't all agree with the rules, but we know the rules. And one of the rules is like white people can't say anything about anybody. What do you guys mean by that?
The rules. White people can't say anything about anybody. Was that like about racial things? I'm not exactly sure.
It was just talking about the rules of America right now.
Duke definitely I can't speak for Duke because Duke definitely has a different opinion of how people should act in America. I'm not exactly sure what he meant for that. Eli, do you think you could take a crack at that? Like, what do you think Duke meant about that?
No. How about Eli? Eli, just answer from your perspective. What do you feel that? Do you feel like white Americans, if people can't say anything, they can't voice their opinions about anything in America today?
No, I don't particularly feel that way. Although I would be disingenuous to say we haven't seen examples like one of the first bits that we opened up with. Excuse me, I'm a little out of breath. Where there is the one word which inspired our title here, the word that can get you rich and arrested, that the big old N-word that, take it for what you'd like here, Fiesta. I've never used it. If I'll anecdotally share this story, I'll be brief. In 97, I had a best friend, Matt. He was black. I said, what's up, N-A? I saw he didn't like it, and from there, I never used it again up until fucking now. But that being said, that's just my personal anecdotal experience. I do believe that there is an obvious double standard where if a white person says it, even if it's with any form of endearment, they're gonna get canceled or hurt. Is that does that seem disingenuous?
No, that seems pretty fair. But my thing is, what's the obsession with wanting to say the word? Why is it so important? Like, why is it?
What's like? Can I ask you another question then?
Most people's existence.
Like, what's the obsession? What's the obsession of of wanting someone to not ever say the word? Because that's what it seems more like. Because that word is used.
Because you're not the victim of the word.
No, but so like that word. Yeah, but you can't be the victim of the word if Spanish people use the word, if white people use the word, if black people use the word.
No,
Josh.
Hang
on, I'm not done yet. I'm not.
Josh,
yes, you guys. Yes.
Bro.
No one's talking. Okay. See, that's the conflation. No one in this conversation is talking about the hard ER. So that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about strictly in how it's used in this camaraderie sense, in how it's used in entertainment, in rap music. Like, white people can use it if they get the N-word pass, if they look a certain way. Spanish people can say it if they get the N-word pass, if they look a certain way.
Okay, but can we
same
go
thing
back
with
to
black
answer
people.
my question? What's the obsession with wanting to say it?
What's the obsession with not wanting people to say it?
I just told you. Can you answer my question?
I know, but your answer doesn't make sense because I'm proving to you that it does get said without people making.
You're not.
No, but I am.
Bro.
I'm proving it to you because the word is said without people being felt like victims. So you're saying one person says it.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
But
just
they
because
are.
You let your hold on. Let me give you an example. Just because you let your Mexican homie in Florida say that shit, you can't say that shit around me. You see what I'm saying? So
okay,
you don't get the pass from me.
And just as much as you're saying that my thing is anecdotal, so is yours, because I can tell you that there's a lot of people in Florida.
It's not.
Yes, it
anecdotal.
is.
Yes,
it is. Because I can tell you there's like ghetto white people and ghetto Spanish people that use that word all the time.
N-word, you're gonna have a problem.
Do you see any of the credence when we describe free speech? There's pros and cons, meaning there absolutely could be consequence, but that does not make the speech a crime.
Should the law be involved?
That was one of the factors that we did discuss.
My question is, what is the obsession in wanting to say it? Is it because people are saying you can't say it, so it makes you like, oh, you can't tell me what to say? Is it that, or is it just like, hey man, I just like the word? What's the obsession?
I don't know. Me personally,
we don't go around calling Jewish people bikes every time we get mad at them. You fucking bike.
I don't see like people having an obsession to say it as much as I see people wanting to get people in trouble for saying it. Like, for instance, like the Kendrick Lamar concert when he called that one girl on stage and she was singing lyrics to his song, and then she says the N-word, the part in his song she was asking her to sing, and then they all like, ooh, you couldn't say she wasn't trying to. She thought she was in an area where everyone's like, oh, I'm going to sing lyrics to a song, and then everyone wanted her to say it to get mad at her. Like, what's with that obsession?
That's
yes.
She just wanted to say it, so she.
No, it was in a song. No. I'm sorry. Like, you're incorrect on that. She just didn't want to say it. It was lyrics in a song. So you're incorrect.
And you don't have to say it. You could have blanked yourself.
You don't have to. Okay, so you don't have to say it for lyrics in a song.
Hold on. But you wanted to say it because you wanted to feel cool. You wanted to see if you could get away with it, and it didn't fly.
No, I disagree. Like, if you don't want people to say it, you don't add it to lyrics in your song.
I mean, now we're making presumptions. I suppose you could say we all are, but I think it's very much more probable that she was very caught up in the moment, excited, and just wanted to sing the entirety of the song. I don't think that if she was truly a covert racist, of all places she would choose to go to a hip-hop concert event.
That's the point. That's the point. Her intent there was not ill.
I'm saying she wasn't being aware of what she was doing, and she should have did that. She knows the lyrics for lyrics, so she knows the words coming up. She just got to not say it and just keep going, and it would have been fine. But she tried it, and it failed.
I disagree. Definitely. I definitely don't. No, yeah, for sure. I don't agree that some people can say a word and some people can't. I don't believe in double standards, and I have to hold true to that. I'm sorry. I don't agree. I don't agree. No, but here's the thing. I don't agree. Some people should say it maliciously, but if it's a word in a
you
song,
call Jewish people the K word, bro, at any time ever? You ever use that word?
is that term used in a term of is that term used in rap music and used in pop culture? That's not the question. It's a horrible analogy. It's no, of course not. Bro? Okay, the answer is no, because it's not used in a term of camaraderie. That's why. It's very simple. It's not used in rap music. It's not in pop culture. It's not used as a term of camaraderie. That's why. It's very simple.
Once again, if I call my brother
once again, you're not understanding what the difference is. And this is the problem. This is the problem. You see that word and the N-word as the same thing. No, I'm perfectly illustrating the problem because like you thought that analogy was a gotcha, and unfortunately it wasn't. That analogy is two totally different words with two totally different meanings in the sense that
it's
one
not a gotcha. If I call my brother the N-word
it is a gotcha.
It doesn't matter how I say it.
It is a gotcha because the Jewish term is not used as a term of endearment. That's where you're wrong. That's where you're wrong. I mean, it's okay to be wrong. It's fine. I appreciate that.
Endearment from other N-words,
and also white people, and also Spanish people, and also anybody in that culture. Dude, you're incorrect. You're incorrect. I'm sorry that you're wrong. I'm sorry that you're wrong. But I've seen Spanish people and I've seen white people who are in that culture use that word, no problem. You're wrong. Those same people do not use the word of Jewish people
universally.
What say what again?
You haven't seen nobody from Mexico call nobody from Atlanta the N-word. You've never seen it.
I'm sorry, I haven't seen anybody from Atlanta.
You've never seen nobody from West Coast, from LA, go to Atlanta, Georgia, and say the N-word. What's up, my N-word? What's up, N-word? You've never
regardless of that specificity, what would that have to do with the other times I've seen people use it?
Rap music.
Fiesta, I feel like this is kind of like at this point, this is kind of like redundant. Like regardless if I've experienced your anecdotal specificity, I've seen people who are not black who use that term around other black people who are fine. I've seen Spanish people use that term around other black people who are fine. They're in the rap culture. They say that word. They say that word in a term of endearment. They do not say the Jewish negative word in a term of endearment because that's not what it's used for. Nobody has, quote, taken that word back. So that's just a horrible analogy. I'm sorry.
I have two, and I know you both are in the middle of a discussion, but there's two anecdotes I want to bring up. First, Krupp, I like your comments. There's one I want to read, but I want to add something, a documentary I saw years ago, and I found it, I don't know, jarring, but it stuck with me. So it was in a mostly black community. There was pretty much just one white guy. These were like kids, like teenagers maybe. And this white dude, he was a ginger, redhead, and all of his friends were black. And he was given the pass. He was saying it to all of them. They were calling him the N-word. That shit stuck with me. And they even went on to interview the black friends as to, you know, why can he say it? Because he's different, man. He's one of us. He's come up here with us. So like this was a whole ass documentary. So while it's an anecdote, you know, I think that at least shows it exists out there.
That happens. You're right, Eli. That does happen. But this is the thing I'm trying to tell you. That same ginger from Georgia can't go pull that shit in Texas. You just can't go around random people and do that. You have to be a part of the family, a part of this, and these passes. But it's not a universal thing.
Yeah,
that's why we say when you go
that
on
goes
stage,
for all racial slurs.
When you go on stage and you're not around your family, you're around a bunch of strangers, don't say the word. There's no need to.
Yeah.
Here,
that's all we're saying.
Okay.
Like you can control yourself.
But before we wrap it up here, I just wanted to ask your feelings on my buddy here says, I feel no one should say it. It's a word that should be gone. It's not my place, but I feel it's a word that should be gone. He went on to repeat that. And the last thing he added is, also there's been a culture created that a lot of youngins want to emulate and then use a word meant in prejudice turned into endearment that turned into youngins wanting to be cool. And I think that's a good example of what happened to the girl in the concert.
Kendrick Lamar. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
for sure.
kind of pretty much it, though. So, all right.
All right,
we're
fellas. Well,
I feel
appreciate
good.
it, man. Thanks
I
for
feel
picking
good.
up once again, man.
Thank you, Fiesta.
Thank you, Fiesta.
Later,
man.
bro.
Good night
All
to
right,
you.
guys.
God bless.
We'll
Stay
see you.
white. Stay
Yeah, we're doing that. All right. Yeah. Just
Can I play Ryan Mullally's thing real quick? I'm telling you, it's really good as far as him grifting on Candace. It's really worth it.
I just want to share. I don't mind. Fuck it. Everything's gonna be live. So about six people jumped into my live when I did my last one, just to tell me they don't watch because of Fiesta. It's calls. All right. Yeah, I know. We are a open phone line show. Dan Demand said he's not coming.
I would love. It's kind of a bummer, you know what I mean? It kind of seems like a racist thing. I would love to see one of them people call in to say why, you know what I mean, as opposed to just kind of hiding like that. But it is what it is. I can't expect everyone to have the balls Fiesta does. So, all right, okay, let's check out the Ryan Mullally thing.
Ryan, before we continue, Ryan, I know you've been really patient. You're one of the Fed sloppers. I'll respond to you, Ryan. What do you want to say?
I think okay, great. I'm very glad to be here, but I'm actually not here to push Fed slop. You got me all wrong. I think that after watching the trial, I wanted to see if anybody could contest this alternative theory that I think is really plausible. So to me, when you're looking at motivation, I think we all know the way that you tell who has motivation, 9 times out of 10, you follow the money.
100%.
And I was thinking about it, and I was saying, who made a lot of money since the death of Charlie Kirk? And I did some sleuthing, and I looked at Candace's numbers, and her subscribers are through the roof since Charlie Kirk died. And we heard earlier there was a theory that I think was interesting. It couldn't be disproven. There was a theory that a state might have done it. Now that's true. A state might have done it. It's logically possible. But what's the motivation for a state? It's not so clear to me. But Candace made a lot of money. So I think the real theory is Candace set this all up. That's the thing. I mean,
it's so good. He's like, and there's a theory before this, but it can't be disproven, but that a state did it, right? So he's already setting up that it can't be disproven, kind of giving them their, but it can't be disproven, but what's their motive, right? But I got something better that actually has Candace Owens,
Yeah,
she's actually going to make some money.
Fucking motive established. I mean, right there. What was the immediate response? I heard a woman say something. Was she getting butthurt? Or?
They all fall apart. Oh, yeah, we appreciate your satire, Ryan.
Candace made a lot of money. So I think the real theory is Candace set this all up. That's the thing. I mean,
Ryan,
Candace
it triggers the fuck out of him.
I think
Ryan,
that I have at least as much evidence for that
satire.
No, it's not satire, bro.
And I'm the satire king here. I appreciate it. It was a nice try.
They kicked
I'll give
him
you a
off.
C.
That's it. They pretty much kicked him off, and they don't even doesn't even register what just happened to him.
That is hilarious, and it's very cathartic to see them get a little taste.
And finally, here's Candace telling you, like in this clip, you're almost led to believe that she's about to drop the 911 phone calls. So Candace,
yeah, that's her fucking style.
She has the new 911 phone calls, but in this clip, she just talks about it.
Tip that we received is that the call did in fact take place. Not only that,
remember, the longest time was, why didn't the security ever call 911? They were too busy calling Ben Shapiro and calling Tim Pool. They never called 911. Now all of a sudden, we got proof they called 911. We just don't know who. Just keeps changing. It keeps advancing, keeps changing.
So accustomed to her strategy by now. Like, I wish this bitch would play me in chess, because I think I could read her.
Right.
But it lasted anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes. So apparently someone phones 911 and then did not engage.
Just keep in mind her incredulity. She's like, and then apparently just how she's like, just her mannerisms are trying to come across as incredulous. Something doesn't add up.
And she looks like she's like, while she's thinking it all out, even though I believe this was strategized beforehand, it looks like she's spell casting Like as the thoughts fucking.
Right.
Bro, I'm telling you, she's in lieu with Satan, and she is asking Satan, give me the biggest thing of bullshit that I could spin up right now. Oh,
Bro,
that's what's happening.
That's funny.
Ritual.
That's funny you say that because Sean Ryan, there's like 4 new clips from his podcast where he's like, I've been visited by demons. Like he's just like losing, like ever since he's had Candace on, he's just like, and he's like all serious and like he's very scared. He's like, it's just been demonic, dude. She's like, oh shit. Oh fuck.
There's a connection there.
Yeah, what's going on?
Reminds me of Tucker Carlson's idiot ass. He's got the funniest I saw and have a demon in my house story ever. Just sharing that. Feel free to Google that. Get yourself a fucking laugh. It is hilarious.
And phones 911 and then did not engage with the 911 operator. The phone sounds as though it's dropped. It's running for approximately 5 minutes without the caller recognizing that it was still on. So almost like a 911 call turned butt dial. We'll have to get more details of how that could have occurred. But in the midst, what was heard on this call and what was captured rather on this call is
they're not even telling you how do they know the call came from inside the car? How do they know this wasn't a 911 call from the stadium after this happened? There's nothing here she just said leads you to believe how she got this information other than just trust me, bro.
I do not at all comprehend how she can be describing this and nobody's asking, oh, okay, can you play it?
Yeah.
We got him. We are taking him to the hospital. Okay? Maybe that was supposed to be to the operator. A strange thing to say. Now on what's your emergency? We got him and we're taking him to the hospital. Maybe it was supposed to be said. Almost sounds to me almost like a status update, followed by chaos, followed by a voice saying,
Notice she's just explaining the call as opposed to playing the call.
Yeah, exactly.
What?
I don't understand why her devout followers can't somebody fucking grow a parent, call her out. Ladies, wear your ovaries on the outside.
Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to call. In like 2 or 3 weeks, she'll release the 911 footage. And if we juxtapose the 911 footage to what she's saying here, they're not going to line up. I'm going to call it right now.
Damn you. I'd take that bet.
Hold me to it.
Out of the way, followed by what sounds like high rates of speed is coming across. So the car is moving quickly.
What does that
where it gets
sound?
super interesting. Also, allegedly not for long, the statement, get that off of him. Get that off of him.
Look how just her delivery of it is just so like, you see?
Performative.
It's so
dramatic.
Performative. It's so dramatic. It's so for sure. It's so without a shadow of a doubt. This is something weird
of
here.
him is captured on this alleged 911 call.
Alleged 911 call. Now it's an alleged 911 call.
What the fuck? Dude, I do not mean to incite violence. That is not the intent of my statement. Her forehead with her hair pulled back makes me want to slap the fuck out of it.
Dude, she's batshit crazy, dude.
Absolutely.
Now-
Absolutely. And damn it, I guess I will apologize to anybody that's just being a champ and listening to us kind of just dog her. With all due respect to you, we're not gonna find an agreement or a middle ground, but I respect you. I hate her.
Yeah, you are not your opinion. We respect
There
you,
you go.
but your opinion on Candace, it's just not.
Get what off of him is the first thing I think.
The shirt, the blood, it could be a numerous amount of things.
There's so many. It's infinite. Oh crap! We talked about Nolan earlier. Actually,
Get what off of him?
this is about the tail end here.
Couple of options. Okay, Charlie didn't have much on him. He had a necklace which had broken. He had on a white Freedom t-shirt.
Could be that.
He had on a Rode microphone.
Uh-oh.
There's an off chance that
Look at the face she made when she said that, though. Look at the face she made.
Rode microphone there's an off
That little white person smile they do when you're passing somebody.
Yeah, I know the one.
In nature.
chance that some of that 36 feet of packaging needed to somehow get off of him. That doesn't really make sense because Brian's pretty clear that that went into him. So I don't know. But I will say that if this is true, and I believe that it is.
Because Candace believes that it is true. Like, what do you believe is true? You know what I mean? Like it's just words. Like when you go back and dissect her shit, like she's not clear as what she believes is true.
And it might go some way in terms of explaining why this 911 call was mysteriously purged from the released calls. That's what it appears to be. It was mysteriously purged. And why the Turning Point team, who loved to tell us what everybody was doing.
What part do you believe is true?
So sick of her shit, man.
PR.
I'm so sick of the people who don't see her shit. That's who I'm sick of, to be quite honest with you. Because they're the ones who are giving her the ammo to keep going. It's like, it's so obvious what the fuck she's doing.
I wish we could all see the same way, but here we are, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't know if honestly, I don't know if we are the minority or the majority anymore. I'd like to think.
Since the preliminary hearing, we are the majority.
Thank God.
We are the majority.
Amazing generally. Brian Harpole just getting to work, doing a medical, as he says. Rick Cutler with the tattoo, the mean tattoo. Justin Davis doing 1,000 on the freeway.
You see how, like, all she has is incredulity. I'm doing the medical. I'm doing 1,000 on the freeway, because she's saying it with this incredulity. Like, look, I don't believe it. Oh, well, it's obviously not true because how she's saying it. That's literally what it comes down to.
I see her entire playbook. Every word has a certain method of delivery. She knows exactly what she's doing. She is the puppet master, and it makes me depressed that people actually play to her strings.
Yet they're reluctant to share who specifically dialed 911. Brian Harpole says, we dialed 911. Well, if something was picked up in the audio, if they maybe thought they ended the call and it didn't, and that's what's picked up, you might imagine that the public might have some questions about what they hear.
Like, just like the Nolan Wells case, like, if they do call 911, why are they going to say things out loud that goes against them? Just like the TMZ guy asked about if they were calling the tow place, why would the people on the boat, if something was a foul, say these things out loud to get themselves in trouble? Like that part doesn't, like, they would be kind of, shh, we're on 911. Guys, I'm on 911. You wouldn't be that, especially if this was something that you planned to happen, you wouldn't be panicking. Oh no, we planned to kill him. I'm not freaking out because this went according to plan. Why would you be then freaking out about it and losing your mind? You knew this was going to happen, so now I'm going to make the staged 911 call. Why would I be frantic and scattering and freaking out like, oh my God, it actually happened? What's going? That doesn't make sense.
For whatever reason, these very rational questions are blasphemy to those that I don't know what they make into this. It becomes some form of religion, mythology to them, and it has to come to fruition for the fucking prophecy. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. But what I do get is I got to go to fucking bed. That's what I got to go.
Azrael, welcome, man. I'm glad you made it. We're about to head out.
Yeah.
By the by.
I think we did the damn thing, sir.
We did indeed. Josh, tomorrow I wanna talk on the phone, okay?
What's that? I'm sorry, I was kind of zoned out. Want to talk tomorrow?
Yeah. Talk on the phone tomorrow. All right.
For sure. Friday we'll be back. I think we'll have a guest on Friday. We have a little third mic action going on. That's the plan. We got a few conversations to pick up off of, and whatever else happens in the news. Until then, Stuck in the Middle. Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Thank you for being MVPs, by God. And if you find it in your hearts to do just a small solid, hit the share button. You never know. It just goes a long way. We are definitely battling an algorithm that would obviously want to see us suppressed based on the controversial content and words that we use, the debates that we have. It's all about the dialogue, and this is why we do what we do, and you are all always invited. No matter who gets tired of who, we cannot have dialogue defeated. So please, a simple thumbs up, a share, and a subscribe. We have many communities where you can interact and help influence the show or even be a part of it. God bless you, appreciate you, and good night.
Goes a long way. We'll see you on the next one. Thank you, guys. Much love, much appreciation, and yeah, keep on keeping on, mother stuckers.
Peace out.
Okay, bye.
Peace.